I'm your host, Flintstone Vitamin Dealer.
Yeah, you definitely look like a stereotype.
Yeah.
Do I look like... Do I look like I'd threaten to bang your wife and then end up just fixing your roof?
You look like a Texas rodeo show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you sell vitamins on the road.
You look like you inspire to be a rodeo clown.
Do I look like I'd sell you vegetables on the side of the road, but if you ask politely, I'd
No,
also,
just vitamins.
mow your lawn?
Corey's loud as fuck.
You look like you get hired as like a cowboy for kids' parties.
Hey, can someone tell Corey to use his
Apple
inside
pie?
voice?
Apple pie. Anyone that would like apple pie, raise your hand.
I'd love a slice. Thank
Jeff?
you. I would also love to convey that Corey needs to use his inside voice.
Yeah, inside voice.
Corey, it's like you're on the mic. My God.
How does it sound, Josh?
Corey was loud, wasn't he?
I definitely scored loud. Let me put the
I'm
other
not
one on.
alone
Yeah,
in
put
this,
the other
right?
one on.
How does it sound, Jeff?
It sounds good now.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a live
It sounds
happening
like
place.
it sounds like Scruffy's.
It does sound like
Wine.
Scruffy.
Yeah.
You guys, little context. We're at 491 South Franklin Street, across the street from Washington Park. DFD number 21, the Fire Department of Denver number 21.
Damn.
We are at it is Thanksgiving. It is a Friendsgiving with Denver Comedy.
Friendsgiving.
We got a cohort of comedians here.
Pad. We have a whole crew here.
Austin Langely's place. I've been here since about like 12:31. People have been slowly rolling in. We had a nice meal. Kelsey's getting some apple pie.
Apple pie's up on the board at this point.
Let's give it up for Austin's turkey.
That was
I mean,
You killed that turkey, dude.
I didn't literally kill it, but I mean, I did cook it. Some other guy killed it.
some other guy killed it.
Probably a machine.
Maybe it was a
actually.
natural
It
death.
probably was a machine, but I mean,
Do you think any turkeys eaten on Thanksgiving died of natural causes?
like this turkey actually died in a hurricane.
Yeah.
It was picked up
by
and
the wind.
thrown 40 feet into the brick wall.
In a brick wall, yeah.
Actually, the Capitol building.
Right into it.
Then we cooked it.
Yeah,
And now that's what you're eating is a hurricane bird.
hurricane bird.
Hurricane turkey.
Is that how they originally started brining turkeys? Like
Yeah.
they found a turkey in the ocean and they're
Yeah.
like, this is actually pretty good.
Hey, we got some juices.
This
in it.
hurricane wash.
That's
Yeah.
old. Make this seawater pickle juice. So we got a thing going.
That's nice.
It'll wet brine. I did a dry rub.
You did a dry rub. There was
some
onions and orange
Onions
slices in
and
there.
oranges stuffed inside the bird.
It's fucking good. I made a Snickers
I put it
salad.
on the Weber grill.
The Weber grill.
At about 250, almost 300 for about 4 hours.
4 hours. It was a long cook.
4.5
Yeah, that was
hours.
actually legit grill skill. Like that was
That's
very
my second
solid.
turkey. The first one I did on the. Did
The
you
microwave?
Oh, you had Ben. I cooked turkey for
microwave.
Ben Daly last Thanksgiving, or I guess it was 2 Thanksgivings ago, and he had COVID recently, and he hadn't gained the taste back, so he was just eating turkey for the texture,
Yeah.
which is the.
What
name
did you
of
give a good
Ben's
review?
first
Like it was
album.
like solid
Turkey
texture.
for the texture.
Turkey for the texture. That was last Thanksgiving.
That was
It was
last
COVID.
Thanksgiving. He had COVID. No
Yeah.
one
It
has
hasn't been that
COVID.
long.
Is it even real? Is it even real?
Is it even? Just turning into your mom on a
Yeah,
holiday.
hey guys, my mom. This is a family gathering, right? You guys want to hear my conspiracy theories?
Absolutely. Let them rip.
Carlos thinks Daniel Tosh took a joke from him. That's a pretty deep
that's
conspiracy.
Wow.
Donnell Rawlings stole a joke from me.
Okay, you guys.
God
No
damn
one
it.
cares.
Daniel Tosh.
Donnell Rawlings stole a joke
It's
from
Carlos
you,
Gay.
Noah Miller. Actually, no. Give Noah the mic. Give Noah a mic.
Yeah, what
Someone
is the
give
joke?
Noah a
What
mic.
is the joke?
Oh, he's gonna bomb so hard, you guys.
Get
You guys
closer
are
to the
gonna let
mic.
him
Yeah.
do
He
this?
stole it, but it's not a funny joke.
No, what's your...
Yeah, of
okay,
course it's
yeah,
not a
that's
funny
why
joke.
Donnell...
He didn't kill that hard when I
He
saw
didn't
it,
kill
but
that hard when he
He
used
said,
my joke.
my joke was, like, COVID was wild, you know. I mean, we all got depressed and dressed up like ninjas. Or something like that. It was just making a
great.
joke how masks made you look like ninjas.
And he saw you do this at Tavern on 26th?
Yeah.
Maybe late night at Lion's Lair.
And
He saw you
where did
crush.
he...
It was crazy. He was very polite. I didn't realize.
He's like, that
Kind of a nice guy.
young buck. He's got a good joke about COVID. That ninja thing.
That ninja thing.
That ninja thing I'm gonna take. I don't even care.
I'm gonna take that on the road with Chappelle.
Yeah.
But he did though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get it.
Where did he see? Where would he have been exposed to your joke?
huh?
Where was he exposed to your joke?
Like I said, I mean, I'm sure he didn't steal. He just
No,
did it on
it's
accident.
no,
It's
it's
called
called a
parallel
very
thinking.
it's called a very surface level thought.
No, that's fine.
Basic idea.
Yeah, no, it's like an awful joke that probably anyone.
So he didn't steal it.
No, but it was the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, we got to use
When I
our
said steal.
Parallel thievery.
we got to use our words carefully. Okay.
Parallel thievery.
I'm glad we unpacked that.
Even if he did steal it.
He said that, and we almost blew right past it, but we exposed Noah Miller for the fraud.
I just want ice cream.
You just want ice cream?
This is just in.
I
Kelsey
just
is asking if
want
anyone
ice
wants ice cream.
That was the most honest
pie.
statement
It
I've heard.
was. The whole response and turning around, way too excited.
I've said that multiple times in my life, and it's usually after an accident.
I just
You know,
want
after
ice cream.
Considering it
bad
looks like
happens.
he runs an ice cream cart.
Dude, car accidents would be sweet if they came with an ice cream truck.
You run into an ice cream truck?
Yeah.
If you ran into
You have
it.
some for the
No,
road.
I was just thinking, like, when the
I ran
ambulance
for
shows up,
police.
it's also the ice cream truck that shows up, just to make it a little better for some people.
Yeah, just it's the ambulance, but just with a funny song.
Why doesn't the ambulance have snacks?
In Florida,
They
whenever an ambulance
actually-
comes
they
to your
might-
house, they also bring a
Yeah.
for sale sign.
Do they?
tight.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, it's your time.
Jesus.
Oh,
Do they really?
They really do.
them old
Oh my
people.
God.
That's cold.
That's cold-blooded
What?
realty.
Jeff,
Yeah.
if you could customize an ambulance to make it your very own,
Yeah.
what would you put in your ambulance?
Probably a goldfish. You know,
Little
some
pimp my
some-
ride
some
goldfish.
fish.
Little fish
I
tank.
love an aquarium. Listen,
What if they
ethically, I'm
stop
against
driving
aquariums.
quickly?
What?
They like balance, like they stop driving quickly to preserve the fish.
No, Elon Musk designed this tank. Okay,
Okay. All
he's
right.
he's thought of sharp turns and quick stops in in the design of this tank.
It's designed with the fish in mind.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We build the car around the fish.
We are, Thanksgiving
It was such
2021.
such a nice Thanksgiving feast,
It
dude.
was pretty dope. You
That
got
was
that green bean
impressive.
casserole on point,
Dude, well, it's a necessity.
and it is.
I honestly thought I was gonna be hacked by bringing it.
No.
I thought I was gonna be like, oh, you also have
No.
that bit. Oh, no, like bringing
green bean casserole.
No, y'all brought
Like, I
like
thought-
5 dishes. That was impressive.
Dude, I'm glad.
Thank you so
sent
much.
it.
Well, and that's why I think it's like we were saying, it was such a simple recipe, but such a.
That's all I
great
did. Yeah, I
flavor.
spent like $30
I
on all
know
that.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing. You know, green bean casserole.
green bean
What's that
casserole.
song? Green beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Yeah, there's a band in Nebraska called Corn Souffle.
Broccoli.
For sure.
Corn souffle was so dope.
Yeah.
Dude, you could put some ice cream
Yeah,
on some
it's just a
hot corn
veggie
souffle.
That's
It's just a veggie.
Isn't that almost like Trace Leche's cake?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. But we got this apple pie for Kelsey. Oh my god.
Steak souffle.
Is it
apple
coming in right
pie
now?
is coming in hot. Carlos has his ice cream.
You never had candied bacon?
Sheesh.
Candy bacon.
Carlos, can you give me a little ice cream? Just a little scoop.
I'm all right now.
I just want a little melt on top. Yeah. That's nice.
Essentially what sports reporters are.
Thank you.
It is.
Hey, Austin, how does Davy Crockett like his pie?
Davy Crockett like his pie. Is this a setup to a joke I don't want to hear?
A la mode.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
my grandma's.
Now, do you regret hearing it?
A la mode is when you have ice cream with whatever your dessert is.
It's also a massacre at Texas.
My grandma told us that we were related to Davy Crockett.
Really?
Why?
She was convinced.
What?
I'd never seen the documents. She said that.
He would look appropriate.
She's got the family tree going all back, all
Josh Creedon's
5,000
back,
years.
everybody. Very nice.
Yeah.
the presence of Ben
Is
Daly.
Davy Crockett the guy who invented like the big cooking pot?
No, that's Johnny Appleseed.
God damn it. That's the joke that Donna Rawlings stole.
Jeff, what are you thankful for?
Noah Miller.
Threw it at CJ earlier and made him uncomfortable.
Yeah, we asked CJ what he was thankful for. He's the only one that went, and then he
gave a
left.
heartfelt answer, and then it just stopped. It did not go in a circle.
Carlos just springs a quick one. He's like, hey, shooting from the hip. What are you thankful for? And he's like, I gotta do time.
Because I didn't bring a set list. Well,
Thankful for this pie too.
The old Carlos question of the night. What are you thankful for?
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah,
what are you
welcome to
thankful
the,
for?
You thought, was it worth it? Was a treat? Wait until you hear. What are you thankful for?
Well, I thought I would have to miss being around my mom today, but she would ask that for sure. So
I went through some feelings in the beginning of the day
yeah.
where I was like missing family and whatnot, and then everyone showed up and
Dude.
it was chill. But
This is gonna be the worst podcast ever. I could hear Jeff eating so well the whole time.
yeah, good.
It's part of the podcast.
Oh, don't forget to turn it on.
Thank God.
Wait until Corey's just joined us.
Corey Stevens.
Wait until Carlos asks you
Oh,
what you're
I
thankful
already said
for.
what I was thankful
Yeah,
for.
you kind of did. It was,
Yeah, I was earnest. I was
Earnest.
sincere.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go over that well.
Yeah, it never does.
no,
always
sincerity's great. I love. This is
too.
the sincere side of the room right now. Okay,
Yeah.
talk sincerely. Sincerely.
Sincerely.
So say that into the mic.
I think you're a wonderful human being who's just dandy and fine.
Thank you, Noah. Ditto.
Great job, Noah.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're tall.
That's why I said I was thankful for
I'm
you.
thankful for your tallness that we didn't have to fuck with cherry curls. I don't know.
Jerry curls.
What else happened today? We cooked a turkey.
We played football in the
We
park.
played football
That
in
was
the
That
park.
sounds fun.
It was pretty fun. We played.
You
the
guys
old-
played football?
Yeah, the old game of catch.
Dude, we were playing the old game of cat.
That is the giving every kid a trophy of like descriptions of football.
Yeah. Hey, you did good.
Dude, I was covering
Cut the
him.
ball.
Yeah, Jeff.
I was covering you, bro.
Got a little too into it. I mean, too into it, but he
I
threatened.
was the right amount into it.
Yeah, he threatened to tackle my barbecue
Jeff
at one point.
Jeff is eating so loud.
Oh, it's all right. It's thanks.
It's in the description of the podcast. It's like, hey, come listen to Jeff eat.
It's
While
the
this
Thanksgiving
conversation
podcast. It'd be
happens.
weird if someone wasn't eating.
This part of
Yeah.
the podcast, Evan, can we cut up this portion? Do like a 15-minute dead room, you know, just to get another one out, you know,
Just to get another one.
just
out.
to make this worth my time, you know.
God,
Worth your time,
you guys should see.
Wow, our hosting comedy works once. He's already better than all
dude.
of
He's
us.
better than all of us.
Listen, I feel
already.
very attacked with my eating. Okay,
Yeah.
Carlos, take off the headphones.
Take off
I'm
the
leaving them
headphones.
on.
You're not
I
allowed
need
to listen
see-
to me eat
I need
anymore.
to see if it gets way out of hand.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I like how I can't hear it at
my
all.
God.
Oh, thanks, man. I thought you hit it for a second.
Don't be the goofy guy, Noah. Trying to put on a cowboy hat.
Oh my God, you look so racist,
He does.
dude.
Noah Miller has put on a cowboy hat.
Are you trying to save a park right now?
He looks like,
like you
he
were
looks
also
like he's trying to stop the steal by invading his hometown Denny's.
You look like you just hit Boo Boo with your truck. Hey, Boo Boo.
And then wanted to eat it.
You look like you recently started trying out, men.
Yeah, very Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
You look directed by Ang Lee.
That's what.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like dollar store Jake Gyllenhaal. That was great.
That's right.
Oh, that was a good one.
It won't fit. I'm telling you right now. It's like a trucker hat, it just hovers.
Is it $1.25 now?
Yeah. There's no such thing as a dollar store anymore because inflation's that bad. That was almost my joke. Is that I'm not worried about inflation until Arizona iced teas are $2.
Do you think inflation?
No, they're going to. If the dollar store is going to 125, Arizona
Yeah.
iced teas are right behind
Dude,
it.
okay. Like seriously about the Dollar Tree thing. I think inflation's actually really bad this year. Like
Well,
really
no
bad.
shit.
Carlos,
No,
get
stop.
on that mic. Get on that mic. What's your economic forecast for 2022?
I don't want to do this right now. I've got my own podcast to talk about things I don't know anything about.
I think it's gonna be better than this year, but I think
No, bro, I asked sincerely. He's answering sincerely. Please, thank you.
I think like all the companies trying to catch up with the actual price of things is gonna. I think it's gonna be really bad.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be really?
I think that's gonna be bad. I don't think the inflation's gonna be bad.
You think that's gonna be really bad?
Yeah.
Like what kind of bad?
Like I'm afraid that inflation's gonna be like maybe like 15 or 20%.
15 or 20?
Yeah.
That's like.
Where are you getting these figures from?
That's like a naughty amount of inflation when you say.
Yeah.
That's like getting pretty naughty.
That's like enough inflation.
That's
for
like
the next 20 or 30
we should
years.
probably eat the rich type of inflation.
I think we would have to.
So-
I don't think there'd be any more.
Come on, guillotine.
How's that going to affect me on a day-to-day basis? Oh my God.
You're probably gonna be jerking off less.
Jerking off less? What do you mean?
What's that?
What do you mean?
Money.
No, I want to talk about how this
Wait,
is going to
why
affect
would
my
I be
wallet.
jerking off? I'm going to be jerking off
you'd
more
be
to get
so
out of this,
satis-
like, sad.
I think the government is going to give you such a good fucking. You're never going to need to masturbate.
Oh, wow.
Why do you think this is the government?
I feel like that's my mom.
Yeah.
That's
That's my
Man,
mom.
you are the racist
Have you been
uncle.
hanging
You
out with
actually
Carlos?
figured that out.
Carlos is very political.
Yeah.
Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Interesting amount of time.
That's a weird thing to say.
Wait, who wins the next one then?
Devesh Patel.
Oh, tight. I'm excited to see that.
I actually trust his economic policy more than anybody else.
Yeah, where's Devesh?
I don't know. I haven't seen him since
Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
He went to go see his mom.
San Diego.
Where? San Diego?
I think so.
Probably.
Or I thought it was like New York.
San Diego.
He's from Essex.
Hey, I got nowhere to ash this, so I apologize.
Or I think California,
just
but I
handing
think the
it to
last
him?
few years he's been living in San Diego.
That's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
And it's okay, buddy.
Are you listening to your own podcast right
Laugh
now?
like an asthmatic pig.
An asthmatic pig. Yo, I love when Nylan Vigil described your laugh, Corey, as a giant bird attacking a village. It sounded like a giant bird attacking.
Giant bird attacking. No!
Stevens is here. And then they have to like. I was gonna say sacrifice a woman, but I'll take either one.
You know.
Yeah,
Whatever has
I'll
to
eat.
happen.
Virgins be virgins.
Virgins be virgin. And nowadays there's more men virgins than women virgins, which is nice. Fucking Creedon.
Carlos.
Let's chime in with our local virgin Noah Miller.
Yeah. Noah. Okay, Noah. So say.
Wait, you're the fourth dude in the room?
Fourth dude.
Yeah, 1 out of 4.
One on.
Sorry,
oh,
my bad.
No,
Corey was.
it was my
calling
joke
back
on
to
his
his
own.
his
Yeah,
joke.
I get it.
Yeah. So Noah, you're a virgin, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you're a virgin. Say you're trying to lose that virginity, and you got a potential candidate. Where are you going on your first date?
Probably Colfax. You know.
Colfax?
Yeah.
Where?
Just like the alley. You know.
What?
Just like light a candle. You know. By dumpsters.
Hey, look at me. I want you to be sincere.
No, still.
Sincere.
No,
Say you have a nice
honesty.
guys. Yeah, we need Carlos, put on your hat and play his date. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
Yeah, I need some interpretation.
Carlos, put on
here.
your hat. Play his date.
All right, no.
Okay, so now Carlos is your date. Now, Carlos, you're on the other side of the door. Okay, you got to knock on the door.
Knock knock.
Wait, hold on. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, who is it?
It's me. You know, because I texted you like that I would come out, and now I'm here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Come in.
Are you okay?
I'm playing your part, dude.
No, I know. Keep with it.
Oh yes, Mr. Noah. I love you.
No, it
I don't know
doesn't
why
need an
that
accent.
turned into a completely different lady.
It doesn't need an accent. Just was.
Oh yes, Mr. Noah.
Tell her where you're going.
Please come
Oh,
in.
where we're going?
Where's our
Yo,
date?
I'm coming in.
Where's the date?
Yeah, I'm coming in.
I feel like this operation is the most like worthless sting operation van. Where it's like 7 dudes like, yeah, we're gonna get laid tonight, and then Noah's just like, yeah, I'm coming in.
Noah was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck him.
No, absolutely not.
I feel like I do
I'm
it just out
sorry.
of being nice.
He's like, hey, I'm coming
Yeah,
in.
you would fuck anybody to be nice.
Do you want to show how it's done?
Yeah.
Austin, you said you want
Okay, this is
All right.
scene 2. Jeff
Scene 2.
showing up to the date.
Yeah.
Action.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh yes, please come in, Mr. Jeff.
Ah, I love that use
I
of
love
Mister. This is nice right off the bat. Am I coming in? Should I take off my shoes?
Oh yes, it is a traditional
Okay.
household.
A traditional household.
Yeah.
My
Do you have
God.
any black friends?
Do I have any black friends? Well, sometimes they're mostly comics, so sometimes say, well, if they're comics,
Mostly
it doesn't count,
comics?
you know. So who
I'm
knows?
canceling you, dude.
Okay. Well, listen.
Never mind.
Jeff doing great.
Okay,
Jeff
I'm
doing
sorry.
great.
Let's start over.
Carlos, you're cut.
Corey.
Stevens,
Yeah, Corey.
this
Corey's
is
a new
scene
date.
3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scene 3.
Scene 3.
Action.
I have to establish that this one's different, you know?
You're like, oh, this is a little bit further of a walk.
Who is it?
Jeff!
Oh hell yeah! I know what that guy is. Oh hell yeah!
Uh-oh.
Oh, I remember now. How's it going?
Good.
Would you like to come in?
I'd like to get to where we're going.
Gee, this is very aggressive, dude.
Just don't.
We have to be aggressive. We're getting on this tandem bike.
All right, I haven't rode a bike in a few years, but I'm down. Where are we going?
You're in the front, I'll tell you that.
Again, very aggressive. I'm feeling uncomfortable right now.
Well,
not gonna
I'm
lie.
back there. I'm back there. And we're going where you're going, you know?
You said this. You said we were going. You said we were going to the movies.
We're going to the movies. Yes, absolutely. We're going to an Esquire theater. Because I'm like, you know, I know the
That
cool
is far.
theater.
Why are we going? There's an Animus right
It's
here.
mostly downhill
Okay,
on the way there.
but the way back's gonna suck.
But we'll have gotten to know each other. And we'll talk about
All
the
right.
movie.
We'll trust each other on the way back more. We'll be able to like work in teams.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
If I can guarantee, I'm down. Okay.
Listen, I just saw your bio, so I just knew we'd both really love this Val Kilmer biography. And I
You're
want
right.
to talk
I do
to
love Val. I do love Val. He's a great. I love him.
Val reminds me of my dad. Do you want to ask me about my dad? I know we just met. But I've opened the door for you to ask me about my dad this early. Now you have to decide, is that a red flag?
Jeff's got game, bro.
I feel like that date went well.
Why does it
was a
remind
good
you
date.
about your dad?
The magic's broken. The spell's been broken. The bit's done. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Jeff.
We're not gonna find out if it's my dad or I don't know why.
That's Jeff cutting the bit. You can tune in next
And scene.
Thanksgiving.
Good parachute. I like the parachute, bro.
Wow, that was
Tune in
good.
next Thanksgiving and to follow through. Yeah, with that story.
That was
1 year.
beautiful.
1 year from now, we'll continue.
Austin and I never got to do our.
Say, Austin, are you not going to knock on Jeff's door?
No.
Come on, knock on my door.
Come on, knock on his door.
You guys have never.
I want to see. I want to
knock on
see.
my door,
I want to see how you are
Knock on my
talking.
door. Knock on my door. Knock on the door. Knock on the door.
So much pressure.
Yeah.
That's the most.
Now we're the
pressure.
aggressive ones.
Yeah, you're very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Can I knock?
Oh,
No,
Carlos
Jeff,
wants
no.
to knock.
No, Austin's
Carlos
knocking.
wants to do too much.
Jeff,
I'll
no.
knock.
Okay, wait. This is the scene. This is the scene.
Okay.
You'll do sound effects, Noah.
Oh, dope.
Austin, you're knocking on my door, okay?
Okay.
And Carlos, you're my Siri. All right. Is everyone on board?
You gave me the hardest one. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
no, I'll cue you. Okay. Siri doesn't just speak up, you know. Okay.
We're always listening. Though.
That's right. You're tuned
Always
in.
listening.
Knock on my door, bro.
Okay.
Knock.
Yo, doors open.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Austin.
Nice to officially meet you.
Yo, you do look like a skateboarder.
Yeah, I look like I miss skateboarding. That's crazy.
Yeah, you look like you're gonna tell me to invest in rats.
All right. Have you seen
You look
my
like a
act
bowling
before?
ball run. Yeah.
Where'd you see me perform?
Well, listen, I saw you at Scruffy Murphy's and you were hosting that. I'm like, I gotta bag that dude.
yeah, that's
you know,
a rough room. It's a rough room I do there.
it is a rough room, and I was just like, I gotta bag that dude, and
Yeah.
I gotta.
I mean, I appreciate the compliments
Absolutely.
if that's what they are.
How did this just turn into sexual harassment?
Yeah, well, Jeff, I mean,
It's a
he's
date.
It's a date. That's what happens.
I DM'd him on Instagram and I
knocked on
said,
his
"Hey,
door.
I'm gonna bag you."
Oh!
Hey, hey Siri, pull up my DMs.
You have one new notification from guy who looks like he banged my dad in high school.
Okay, Siri, what does that message say?
Wait a tick. Can we?
No, that's my Siri.
Okay.
Don't interrupt.
I was just. All right, Siri. Continue.
Siri, read that message.
You have one new message. It says, "Love the topics. Keep talking."
Oh, okay. So,
Is that what I sent? Did I send that? I think it was meant for somebody else. I think that was me sending a message to like a
yeah, why did you send this to me?
and like I said, I think that was meant for someone else.
Were you trying to is this not going well?
No, I appreciate it. I'm having a blast. You're making it weird.
I don't like
Why
you as
do-
much. I don't like you as much when you're off stage.
Okay, appreciate that actually.
It's like when I saw you perform, you only had like an hour window to bag me. And
Oh yeah. So, are we through here? I'm not saying we need to get to bagging, but we could still get coffee like we had talked about.
Hey Siri, where's the closest coffee shop?
The closest coffee shop is at Austin's house.
Oh wow, you.
I only live
How
a few
close
blocks
do you
away.
live? A few blocks?
And for some reason, Google considers it a coffee shop. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out.
Hey Siri, can you call a helicopter and make the sounds for the helicopter as it approaches?
It's a weird.
No, you hear that?
Yeah,
It's coming.
it's a weird request. Why do you talk to your Siri? No, we could just be having a normal conversation.
Well, yeah, I love my Siri. It calls helicopters for me, and I want to impress you. You know, I want to go to your coffee shop in your house. And, but I think the helicopter went the wrong direction.
Yeah. Definitely very fake.
Yeah,
I thought that was a cricket or whatnot.
What was your address again? 491 South Franklin,
You don't need to say it out loud.
right across the street from GFD 21.
Yeah, whatever. You don't need to say it out loud.
What? Out of everybody here, you think you're gonna get somebody?
No, but it would be weird if I got like egged for some reason. I definitely come to Jeff. All right, don't egg me either.
Don't egg you.
Maybe Jeff's just saying your address is an excuse to egg you.
All
That's
right,
right.
now we're the bits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And I can just blame it
That's
on the
the-
podcast listener.
Okay.
Next time I'm gonna egg you.
I think I'm gonna go back and just hang out by myself. I think I'm through here. This has been a weird interaction.
Okay. Is it cool if I still come to the mic?
Sure.
All right.
Just, I mean,
Should I give it a couple weeks?
No, you're fine.
Do you want me to unfollow you on Instagram?
That's up to you.
I can mute you for now.
Okay, that's that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with that.
So if I'm looking at your story, it means I went to your profile and I pulled it up
Cool.
because I miss you.
This is all unnecessary information.
All right.
Okay. We'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday. Hey Siri.
Tuesday.
Yes, Jeff.
Let's get out of here.
Peace
a
out,
helicopter.
Girl Scout.
And cut.
Look at it. And scene. Good scene. Austin, great job.
Oh, thanks.
That was amazing.
That was fun.
Any other games?
Corey,
Carl's in
games?
the games.
Austin, what are you thankful for?
That's my line.
Next question.
Does anyone else want to get on the mic?
Next question.
Kelsey?
Kelsey, you want to come on? Thank you. Okay, Ben.
We have a whole. I mean, there's been a whole
Laura,
crew.
Evan. Yeah, come on
Ben
in
ate
here.
too much food.
What? I wonder what it will be. Donahue's in the room. Oh, I know.
Yeah, word.
What's your favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving?
Pussy.
That's
All right,
too
you don't have to-
cliche.
yeah.
Don't be cliche.
No, that's not.
Don't always go with the first.
Can we make him a better comment?
Hey,
Yeah, come on. This is what we're, all right, this is what we're
next
working
segment
on.
is
Noah,
giving Noah
you're not going to be
tips.
funny almost ever, but we can get you to a certain degree.
It's never the
You'll be
first
tolerable.
thing. It's never the first thing you think of that's funny.
Sometimes though.
Sometimes
No.
it is. I
It's
mean,
like
you
the
never know.
second, third, fourth, maybe.
It, kind of the spur of the moment is what's the most funny.
Yeah, but still.
That's
yeah.
what you guys think.
Yeah, but still, you're gonna have to. Yeah, I don't even want to. I don't even want to do this on a podcast.
Yeah, it's
Talk
too
about
rude.
cliche. No, just whatever. Just saying, don't always go for the first thing.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, yeah, because I mean, that's a good way to say it.
Everyone's
First thing
always-
is always the most.
Everyone's
obvious.
already thought about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Woo! You should get Laura over here. Interview these fucking.
Get a lady's voice,
A lady's
opinion
We can
on
need
the
a lady's
pod.
voice. Does a lady want to come up? We only got two of them.
The other half of permanently unengaged. Laura, would you like to say something over here with me? We could share this mic. Come here. Come on, Laura. We can share this mic. Come on, we're gonna roast these comics.
Roast.
Yeah, we'll show them what an episode on the podcast is like. Yeah.
You know, I don't.
Hop right into this one. This one's different than the others.
God, you guys look into each other's eyes too much.
It's weird, right? It's like when they're talking to
God
each other,
damn.
it's on another level, and then they come back to Earth to talk
I
to
know.
us.
We
It's
read
like,
each other's
God
minds.
damn it, dude! You guys are in heaven. I hate you.
Yeah.
When you've woken up next to the same person for as long as we have, when like something happens and you call the same person for a decade, you know? Yeah, because we have been together for 10 years.
Wow.
Well, I know how she's going to react to things. You know what I mean? It takes quite a bit for me to get a chuckle. At this point, wait, what?
No, I was reacting in facial expression, which is great for a podcast.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, no, I mean,
God damn you!
Do you guys have any advice for?
Wait, how
couples?
long have you guys been together?
For couples?
Yeah.
We've been together. Yeah, so we've been together for 8 years. But like 2 years separated, so 10
And that
years
helped?
all together.
Yeah.
We met in like high school, and like you're different people
Yeah.
when you grow up. And yeah, she's got
Wait, so in between like relationships, what did you guys do? Were you more independent? Like
In
was there
that-
times
in that
you weren't
2 year
talking at all?
period?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had different paths, and we both decided fuck every other avenue. We just want to be with each other. That's the thing is when you've only been with one person, you're like, what else is out there? We don't want to look anymore.
Yeah. You're like, I went to the first
Other
number in the
people
phone
suck.
book, and this is the one I'm sticking with.
no, it was funny though, because like Evan went immediately into another relationship. Like he was like relationship person, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hang around.
I could say like as a guy, I like companionship. like the most. You know what I mean?
I think most people like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I'd rather have somebody just close to that I could talk to.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Isn't that what a therapist is?
Yeah, but don't you want to fuck your therapist?
I've never had a therapist.
You got to get one, dude.
Wow, that was the most like braggadocious way I've ever heard it. Most of the time when people say that, it's like in a no, you should get a
I was
therapist.
trying to be insulting, man. Like you
No,
gotta
that
get
sounded
one.
like that sounded like a poppy version. Like you should get a therapist. We all have them.
It's like no, vegetables are good.
Yeah,
Like,
vegetables,
therapy.
Listen, I get that some people in here have medical
Fresh
insurance.
air.
I don't.
Man.
All right. Anybody else on this panel? Corey,
yeah.
you're in a relationship.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Trey, do you want to?
He's right there.
Come
He's
talk
great.
about how much you love your boyfriend, real quick.
Y'all are boring.
Thanksgiving.
Come here. Come here. Let's be thankful for this relationship for a moment.
Yeah. This got chummy in a weird way with us.
I
so
know.
We're just riding this wave for
We're
a
just
second.
trying to get it
This
away.
is what relationships are about.
Hi.
Trey, what's the advice you would give to somebody to make the relationship last the longest it can?
Sex.
You know, what's the advice that you have?
Be gay. No teeth. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kissing or dick sucking or pussy eating all together. No teeth.
Okay.
Teeth are the worst part of the body for sex. Well, no. There's ladies here.
No
There's
teeth
guys.
on the dick. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Laura, when we first started dating, she didn't want me to go down on her because she was like, "That's where I pee. That's gross. Why would I do that? Why would I want you to do that?"
Were you raised Christian too?
Oh yeah, very
yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah.
Very
Catholic? Ew.
Yeah. Right?
I was just Mormon.
Ran
Good
away.
God.
Yeah, pretty Catholic.
Wow. I feel uncomfortable in this room now.
I'm sorry. I am.
Wait, were you Catholic too? Was he Catholic too?
Evan? No.
Me? No, I was raised Southern Baptist, which was fun. And they're just
Aren't they crazy or something?
Well, it's not that they're crazy. It's just that they are very dedicated to specific pieces. Like I doubt many of them read the Bible, let alone read at all.
Yeah.
So
that's most Christians.
For sure, but the Southern Baptist, I feel like they're just like, Jesus.
Bro.
Everything's
Jesus?
about the big J in the sky. And I don't.
I would like a big J in the sky. That sounds fun.
That is what heaven would be for a lot of people.
Jesus loves guns.
Yeah.
He does.
Big gun got Jesus.
The billboard told me to.
Imagine floating on your own weed cloud. That'd be
I swear, wasn't there a billboard with a Jesus with like an AR or something? Yeah, that sounds like Jesus pro Second Amendment.
I think that should be our
he
flag.
didn't know what the word amendment meant.
Okay, I got a story for you guys. I was working with a girl at the coffee shop. She was 20 years old in community college.
Did you know about this girl, huh?
Alyssa?
I did actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to start drama now.
Very fit.
Not concerned.
Okay. She one time came up to me while I was talking to another coworker about politics, and this is a while ago. I mean, this is back when, I think we're talking about Trump being elected. It was a minute ago.
Yeah.
And she came up and honestly asked, I've heard a lot about politicians lately. Who are they? What are politicians? What do politicians do? I just hear people talking about them. What is a politician?
How old was this girl?
That's like the mental state I'm trying to get to.
Community college.
You know?
Man, I mean, I feel like it's something that you could be removed from at a young age, but that's a little too old.
It was pretty insane.
Yeah.
That's like not knowing who the president is, kind of.
And
Or
I'm
what
like
the
that way
president
about
does.
Hanukkah. I know Hanukkah exists and shit.
What
but I don't know
is
anything
We don't really
about
know
it.
how the government runs, you know?
But yeah, it
wait.
was very.
We don't really know.
We
astonishing.
actually know very well. It's just nobody actually knows.
The legislative and
Yeah, there are
judicial-
literal classes of how that works.
the legislative and judicial are very easy to understand. It's just law, but the executive is like, what power does that guy have?
Well, yeah, that's why Cheney hired lawyers to. I'm not doing this conversation on here. I'm not going to provide information. God damn it! I knew there was going to be a thing. I am the political guy, and I'm
Uncle
saying
Carlos
right now,
is
no
at it
politics
again, dude.
shit right now because I don't want to do it. I do
Uncle
this every
Carlos.
day of my fucking life, and I
He's
argue with
rowdy.
people for 24 hours. I'm not doing it now. That was my anti-politics political rant.
So, what are your roles at Thanksgiving this year? Are you the kid that spills the soup?
Degenerate child.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said degenerate child.
I'm the grandpa who goes to sleep way early, like before the food comes out.
You didn't even succeed in that.
Oh, I slept before I came here.
Oh.
I woke up and came here.
You didn't know about that part, but yeah.
I gotta be the special roommate this Thanksgiving, which was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Was that your first Thanksgiving with Trey?
No, I went. Well, what other holidays have I? Because I went for 4th of July, and I've had dinner with them before, but they still don't know.
Really?
They just don't say anything. It's one of those things that everybody just kind of shuts the fuck up about.
Sure, it's easier. Everybody vibes easier that way. Kind of
Yeah,
shit.
there's still an energy in the room.
No doubt. Damn.
I mean, my uncle just brought his girlfriend and her kids. Well, I mean, her kids are kind of older, but kind of randomly, and I never didn't meet them until then. And the last time I knew it, he was dating some other chick.
Wow.
And this was literally 4th of July.
Wow.
The last time we saw him with that chick. So I don't know. It's been interesting. It's interesting holidays.
That's.
I like the reunion.
You know, White Wedding by Billy Idol?
Yeah.
You heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of it. It's like.
Yeah, you know,
it pertains
that
to the
very
story.
popular song.
It's like how he's like saying like, isn't it a nice day to like have a wedding? Like it, and it's about doubting that the wedding's gonna be like a legitimate wedding and it's gonna last.
Yeah.
He wrote that about his own sister, and she's still married to this day.
Oh.
And he has been divorced like 3 times.
Well, yeah, he's a rock star. Wait, when's the last time everybody? Well, you don't count, Noah. But
Dude, divorce
I
is rock
rarely
and roll.
do.
That's a good point.
Divorces?
Dude, divorce
If you
is,
want one,
Yeah.
they're the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to write a really sad song that you're going to cry to after 10 years, yeah, you write a divorce song.
Well,
But,
it's
but if
almost
you
like-
don't want
Yeah.
one,
Going to different family members during Christmas is like a tour.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You get to have a bunch
Yeah.
of different stops.
Her dad still likes me over here. I'll check this out.
man.
No, what? I haven't spent Thanksgiving with my family since I moved here. Like it's been
How long have you lived here, Corey?
4 years, I think. I've lived here for 4 years. Yeah. And I have not been back to my parents for any holidays since I moved here.
That's hard.
When's the last time?
Would you
'cause
want to be or
went?
no?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Like
I can imagine doing that with my family, man.
I could. I don't mind it, but I mean,
Yeah.
they're always asking me to come and visit. It's one of those things.
Oh, okay.
But I don't. Well, I don't have to fly. It's just a long drive, and I also can't get the days off of work because I'm usually in days. I use days off of work for comedy, so I don't got
Yeah.
days off to go visit fucking family.
Yeah.
Like,
because
I know how
comedy's never going to die.
Yeah,
And
well,
family will.
Eventually, thank God.
I think that was the best thing ever.
That was
the
good-
best thing
good
that you
transition.
said today.
God, if only.
Man, comedy's a great art. It's one thing that I like about.
I agree, man. I think comedy's so cool.
Well, we
Like,
know
it's
what
probably
he's
my
thankful
favorite,
for.
honestly.
You ever do puppetry with a dead body? Comedy, you know?
The best part is the laughter, bro. That's
Yeah.
and the funny parts.
All right, this bit's played out.
Yeah, word.
What's? Yeah. I was gonna keep going.
When's the last time you went and spent a holiday with your family?
Me? I didn't go for a holiday. I went when like COVID first started popping. I went down to, well, it's Florida. So
Yeah.
everybody the whole time's like, you know, Florida's like a shitstorm. Like Florida's crazy and all this shit. So I went out down there like a year and a half ago,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
like hang out. because I did know it was only going to get worse.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, they were fine. My parents are cool. Dude, honestly, they've just been partying this whole time. They're such Floridians.
Yeah.
When isn't Florida a shitstorm?
I mean,
That's the thing is, like, yeah, Florida does everything, like, in a wild way. I'm not saying it's correct or biggest or best.
I mean, it's
just in a wild
Florida.
way.
There's
Yeah.
hurricanes in Florida more often than there's shooters at school. Like,
Yeah?
you know, it's depressing.
Most of the sediment in Miami isn't like built for buildings. So like every year, buildings sink into the ocean.
Apparently, like
That
a
is very
serious
true.
chunk of the state will be underwater in some time. 50 years or so.
Yeah, I'm okay with Florida getting sunk, dude. Let's put it to the bottom of the sea. Let's wash it clean. It could be Atlantis. It's already a touristy stop,
Atlantis.
dude. It's already like a spot for everybody to go. Let's lean in. Florida needs to lean in to the water, you know?
All right.
I feel like the Florida people might
So
get kind of
Evan's
sad,
advocating
though.
for
You know?
Florida genocide. This is. I'm glad this is where the conversation has led to.
Dude, there's a lot of money down there. They're going to be prepared. They'll make domes or something.
Dude.
They'll all get subs, submarines that like live on the water and shit. Isn't that where they have the boat rallies already? In Florida?
In Florida, yeah.
I would
Like all the
assume.
yachts.
Yeah, dude, they're prepared. Dude, there's got to be like a tourist stop of like a fake Noah's Ark, just like in Florida as a stop along the interstate.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, one of the best slams I've heard recently. Ali Kareem's on stage and is fucking with Noah.
Of course.
Right?
Most fuckwithable.
And he's doing the whole like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, like the bit from Half Baked.
Yeah.
And Ollie looks at Noah and does fuck you. And Noah's like, fuck you, dude. And Ollie's
I didn't
like,
say it like that.
Ollie says, I don't even know who you are.
Oh.
And Noah says, you know my name, motherfucker. And he goes, yeah. And you know what? It's disrespectful that you get the name Noah when the other guy built an ark and you can't build 5 minutes. Dude,
Yeah, that
I
was
watched
tough.
Jeff Stonic die. Like Jeff was watching it. He was like, oh damn.
God.
Oh.
It was just a good moment for Ollie. Like it was just like a really.
It was
like,
such a good set. It was so funny. I thought that whole set was dope.
He's one of those guys. Well,
he plays with
I
the room
literally was just
sometimes.
thinking, what do Middle Eastern people do for Thanksgiving?
That's a good point. How do they celebrate? They probably don't.
No. I was
Yeah.
gonna say they're the ones that work overtime for holiday pay.
I do think that like on Thanksgiving, a lot of restaurants get like crazy busy for staying open. Like Chinese restaurants do really well.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's so because of how diverse.
You guys ever do like a non-traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah,
No.
every year.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom's Mexican.
Hot Pockets.
At college, we just didn't eat and drank a
My
lot.
mom has great Thanksgivings. Yeah.
Hot Pockets.
Well, yeah. You ever had a cheap Thanksgiving where like there's nowhere to go?
No.
Oh man, I've had sad Thanksgivings.
Oh wow.
Not many, like 2, but I remember them where I
They
was just
both
like,
stick out.
just making chicken noodle, fucking instant ramen.
Oh,
like, yeah. That was fun though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
Well,
like.
it's a silly thing to put like that much weight in holidays. It's a very childish thing.
Well,
Like,
it's not childish because we all fucking.
like to be that guy that's like, I'm eating chicken noodle soup on Thanksgiving. Like it feels like,
Man.
like it,
But that's a sad moment because, like, think about that compared to this. Like, this is amazing.
Oh,
Tonight
for
was
sure.
like,
Yes.
hanging out with every person I know and I see every week doing comedy.
I just wish were doing this every other night. There wasn't a mic.
You
know what I mean?
Dude, totally worth ditching grandma
No,
for.
I'm too addicted to stand up to want that. I need the mic too. I need
but
something
this could be a
talking
mic,
to.
though. Like, I think this would build more material.
No, you need civilians. I don't ever believe in just no. Like what I mean by that is
But
you never grow by just being in front of comics. Like even
For sure.
even like that's why comedy classes don't work. Because comics, whether or not they're well-intentioned, and whether you can take notes from comics. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that mics where it's just comics, is different. Like, maybe if there's like a bunch of new people in the crowd, like people that haven't like done stuff, you can gauge from them because they're not comics yet. But
I do think that you gain experience through life, and comedy comes from life, and you can have sometimes the most realist life experiences.
Yeah, but this
with
like
comics.
what we're doing right now is like playing wall ball. Like it's just
wall ball. That's a good analogy.
Sure. Like that's all this is.
But
Is us just like passing to each other. We already know what's going on, and then we like to peg each other because we like to fucking insult each other.
That's putting somebody, us or them, on a different perspective in a whole different world. And I know that we are in some perspectives, but we're not in everything. In the big scheme, we're all just people.
But
we're just people.
But what I'm saying is that anybody who is stupid enough to have the courage to do stand-up has something screwy loose in their brain, whether or not they're the most boring. Somebody you can actually make a joke. There's plenty of people that will try it once and they suck ass and then they'll never do it, and those are normal people.
Yes.
But people who stick to this, whether they suck their first 10 times or not, there's just something weird different with them than like most people. And regular people have a different sense of the universe, and so when you that's why pointing stuff out works with civilian crowds where it doesn't work with comic crowds.
Yes,
because
if you
in a way we were already thinking about it.
Yeah, most comics know where the punchline is coming.
Sure.
Like anybody who's been doing this even for a year or two, it's not the equation that makes you laugh. When I say that, like the cadence, the way the rhythm goes, things like that. It's the actual words that will make comics laugh.
I don't know.
I think so because I don't laugh at cadence anymore. I noticed
even the silliest jokes. Fucking Bob.
But that's
Dylan.
what I'm saying. The words.
Bob Dylan when it killed. Yeah, and it's not the most unique but it's because we appreciate the way he does it, the way he says it.
No, that one's just to make fun of him.
And it kills with comics, is what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, because we're in on the joke on that one. That's also that's such a meta reason to laugh at that joke at this point.
I think it's a funny thing.
But this is the reason it's funny is because we're all it's inside baseball. But if we
say that, like the automatopoeia sometimes is getting a laugh, and I don't even know why.
Can we address that Austin's just co-opted Owen Wilson's "Oh Wow"? He just takes that. Everybody knows that it's Owen Wilson's thing in their heads, so they're like, "Oh yeah, I like that."
You dirty bitches. No, I seriously think you need civilians. Like to get better at comedy, you need. You will get so much better going in front of like regular people than you will ever get in going up 1,000 times in front of comics. Like that's just the reality of it, because those are the people that you're trying to make laugh and make money off of. You're not trying to make money off of any of us, and it's good to like get the notes from them the first few times.
To a degree, because you also got to be able to have
comic that's good can't even gauge if you're good.
You got to have people that respect you and will work with you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like to just be accepted in a fold. Like in a group, once the cliques and the groups all begin, those become beneficial. So and you only have those two comic bonds.
No,
so
yeah.
But I'm only just.
I'm not saying that you can't grab notes. What I'm saying is that from a personal me to the crowd.
Me too. Hashtag.
Yeah,
Me too, the crowd. You literally.
You would me too, the crowd.
I was on a naked show last week. I already me too.
Could you
the crowd.
imagine if a audience member was like, "I think I got me too'd in that," like walking out of any show? If any show,
dude, they all were down to fuck. Like all of them. It was weird.
I know, dude. That's such a unique show, though. What was your? I mean, unique in my mind as far as like.
I've just heard about those shows happening in New York all the time. Like it's a great show. So, don't get me wrong. I'm super happy that Will does it.
Unique as an experience, at least.
Oh, it's
right?
an experience. Well, this is the thing. This is the weird thing about performing naked is that after 3 to 5 minutes, it's just another comedy set.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that was different about it for me was that one, I commented on my dick twice because it's there, and then I used my dick in an act out on one of them. That was the only difference is that I used my dick as a prop. That's
Really?
the only difference that I had.
That's the
Besides
dream,
that,
bro.
the rest of that you can actually use your dick as a prop. It was great.
Yeah.
Were you're just totally, was it cold?
Oh, I went up soft as fuck on purpose. Like I wanted to be small. Like
Why would you want to go on a wreck?
Because I was
Not
thinking no,
erect,
either one
but
of them
like-
is funny. No, either one of them's funny. I was thinking about going to wreck, but I found it funnier to be small because then I could comment on it.
Oh, sure.
And so like it's just funnier that way. If you're erect and you're fucking
It'd be
doing
funny
that
if
shit,
it
Imagine
started
going on
soft.
soft and then blowing it up like
As
a balloon.
you do better.
you just slowly kind of jack
Well,
off
geez,
at
now
yourself,
we're-
and then you just get
Oh,
hard.
Jesus,
Plus,
dude.
if it's erect, kind of makes for a worse prop.
I don't know.
No. An erect penis is a better prop.
No, I'm saying because it just makes people uncomfortable.
There were people in the crowd that were naked. Like
Yeah, the
everybody knew what was going
audience
on.
is
fair, but
That's what's so.
That was the best part is that Wheelman tried to take dick pills, but he didn't know you had to make your dick hard and then it stays hard. He thought it just made your dick hard and then stay
Yeah.
hard forever. And it was so fucking funny.
Damn.
He never got erect. He was supposed to.
Aren't we all? You know?
yeah.
Erect?
Yeah.
I'm not erect.
All right. Well, do you guys want to take a smoke break?
Yeah.
Take a pause. This was hot, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, I could stand to urinate, probably.
Yeah. Noah Miller's gonna take a pee break.
That's goddamn right.
Austin's
You better
carving
believe
the
it.
turkey. Ben is stealing pyroglass dishes. He saw a good tin pan and he's taking it with him. Oh, hey, Trey, do you know how Davy Crockett likes his ice cream? A la mode. Ah. Well, I had a new audience member. You know how this goes. Once you get somebody.
You want to hear my dad joke that I just came up with today that I told Ben Daly a bunch?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Work it out one last time.
You ready?
Well, don't just. Yeah.
Okay. Give him a mic, dude.
Yeah.
Give me a mic. Ben, get on. Tell me how funny this was earlier. All right.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Damn it. What are you doing to me? This is round 3.
Oh shit! Are you ready for that dad joke here? Here, there, Evan.
Sure. Yeah. Please do.
Man, I was on the computer recently. No, I was on the internet recently, and like
Safari?
Yeah, Safari.
Okay.
And you know who has like a real problem with non-binary people?
Whom?
Computers.
Oh, because.
Yeah, they operate on binary code. Yeah. 0 1 0 1s 1 0 1s.
But they have the issue.
Yeah, they got an issue with non-binary
See,
people.
Maybe you need to lean into the other thing. Like, I'm only getting by stories. You know, my computer's very bi.
Yes, nary.
You know. Yes. I did
That did
try
not
to
go for
It
as well as
didn't go one bit. Didn't go one bit.
I do like
Observed.
how you mentioned. This is the first time I've ever heard this. You go, I was on the internet the other day, and you go, Safari.
Yeah, yeah. Safari. Yeah. Oh,
You
you're
ever
still
try
using
it?
Internet Explorer?
Internet,
It's still
you try
operating?
it? I did want to write a joke, stupid computer jokes. I do have one where I was like, oh, I named my computer after a fat British woman. I got into Dell.
Oh.
Yeah. See,
Can't
it's a
do it
dumb one.
anymore. She
Wow.
lost the weight.
Oh, mine was also dumb. Koiza, how's our sound? Are we good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm hoping that computer one didn't get in this mic and it's disconnected.
Oh, it's in there.
Oh, it's in there.
It's weird listening to it through the headphones.
Yeah.
They say it's more engaging.
When you're in the headphones?
What?
When you're in the headphones?
Yeah, do you want to? Oh, you were listening earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that it puts you more into the conversation, for sure.
I will say, I don't know if I agree with that with podcasts, but I agree with, I don't know, I haven't done enough of this to get a full gauge, but I do, have you guys done any like Zoom mics or shows?
No.
So I feel like having headphones in and being able to hear myself, or at the very least block out like whatever else is behind you, or even just the void of no noise, I feel more comfortable having that. So it's kind of like this. Also, like when you're doing a mic or a show and you can hear your voice through the amp, that's like a comfort zone. But when you do it and you can't hear yourself, it's like, it throws me off big time.
Yeah, no, feel like you have to know where how far your voice projected.
Yeah.
You know, and if it did at all.
When you bomb and you can't hear yourself talking, it's more of a bomb. You know what I mean?
I checked out halfway when you were talking, so I don't. My bad.
I said, when your computer's got a binary code.
There we go.
That's a great joke. Where'd you get that?
It's a street joke. Found it on
It's a
Safari.
fantastic joke. It's on Safari.
What's your least favorite browser?
What's my favorite? Least favorite what?
Browser.
Honestly, my fucking computer, it was like it started with Bing.
My drink's got.
So I just wrote it.
Bing's bad, yeah.
And I've been like, all right, well, this is what you suggest. This is what you do. So I'll let you. It's been awful.
Dude, Bing is like
Bing is the worst.
Google Plus. You guys remember that?
Google Plus?
The social networking thing that tried to compete with Facebook.
The
You
Book
don't
of
remember that?
Faces? Yeah.
I don't think.
No, but I do
a
remember
single
Google
person who
Glasses.
used it.
Dude, Google Glass. They're a little bit late because doesn't Facebook now have their own glasses?
What?
Yeah,
Facebook
Facebook's
has
trying
glasses?
to make. Yeah,
That's disgusting.
it is disgusting.
Google Plus used to claim that they were like the number 1 or number 2 social media site around, because what they did is everybody, if you made like a Gmail account, it like automatically made you a Google Plus account.
Wow.
So they were like, nobody used it, but they were like, we are massive.
Oh.
Welcome to the spin zone.
That's what they told me. It was like Amway, but for Google Plus.
Totally.
They were like,
if you're just dumping people into an empty room, it's still people technically there.
yeah, that's what they did. What was it called? Google Video or Chat Room or something, where like 10 people and webcams could be on. That was the only thing that some people would use it for. That. Something going on behind me?
I guess the open mic segment starting. This is a full comedy style experience here at the Thanksgiving feast here at Austin's house.
Thanksgiving. Was it worth it?
You got a Thanksgiving
probably
joke?
not for the natives.
No.
They probably
Not in the
could've stayed away
long. Not in the
from
long
that.
term. Definitely not a good long term investment in white people.
Yeah,
Not
I
good.
did hear Philip Cano was supposed to be here tonight, but
What's your
You ever fed a child with clammy hands?
yeah, my girlfriend's got clammy hands.
Yeah. Are you guys clammy hands interview? Or do you get paranoid about that when you go in for an interview and handshake?
I don't worry about it. My hands don't get sweaty.
No, dude, I'm a big time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. You start. I mean,
Like Arthur, the meme of Arthur. That's just your fist.
the man.
I thought that was a clenchy hand.
It used to be a lot worse, but it's one of those things where like it would get wet and then I would think about it, and then the whole time before I'm going there, it's just like, is this person going to shake my hand? Am I going to have an opportunity to wipe it off? And then during the interview, it's like, we're going to shake hands to end, and it's going to be sweaty.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Kind of hot.
you know.
Are we gonna? Let's. I guess we're transitioning into the open mic.
Are we actually transitioning?
Dude,
or-
I'm okay with that.
Are you gonna run? Are you
We're
gonna run
doing
the open mic
dish
through?
comedy. We're gonna come back and pod again.
Okay.
Let's let this happen.
You want to keep talking about digestive stuff, man?
I'd like to talk about computer jokes
Bird?
more.
Yeah, computer jokes.
Oh, binarials.
Yeah.
Binary bifocals. You got a glasses
Yeah.
joke?
Why are they called viruses when they could be called binarials?
Do you think that every woman, bisexual woman on her period, bicycle? I don't know. I'm trying. Bicycle.
That was a lot.
I know. I just realized I have a couple of pieces here, guys.
We're
and I
gonna
don't
do
know
joke
what I'm
on the
doing
spot.
with them.
All right,
Joke
we're
on
gonna
the spot,
we're gonna
joke
do
on the spot.
okay. Fish joke right now.
Joke fish?
Fish joke about a fish.
Man, fish, they just keep swimming, but what that mouth do?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Evan, joke about fish. Go.
Joke about fish. Snapper. I barely know her.
Whoa.
No,
I
a joke
smiled.
about fish.
10 out of 10.
Joke about fish.
No. You gotta you deflect a different word to somebody else
Oh, how does that work?
by thinking of a word and pointing at somebody else.
Oh, okay.
So I did fish for you. You hit somebody with another word, and they.
All right.
You can talk the talk, Ben. But
Ben.
Can you what?
Oh, I didn't play. I can't make a
Ben.
joke on the
Ben.
spot. I'll try.
Cement.
Cement.
Sure you can.
Cement. Cement. It's 2021. More like cement.
Okay. Okay. I like the angle.
That
Woman.
didn't feel good about that, but
All right, send it out.
I felt pressure to say it. All right.
My favorite part about leaving an Italian restaurant, walking by the host stand and seeing the mints.
I don't like where this has gone.
That's not a punchline.
All right, Ben.
Exactly.
Ben, give it. What do you got? What's your
All
word?
right, Evan. Joke about skateboard.
Skateboard? I tried to write a skateboarding joke, but it was difficult. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I felt like I was really 50-50 on it.
All right.
A 50-50 is a skateboard.
That's a
trick.
grind on the trucks. Why do they call them trucks? That's what I've always wanted to know.
That's a good question. I haven't known. I don't know that either.
They could have gone. It could have been, sedans. Could have been. It could have been Subarus, dude. I'm trying to do a 50-50 on my Subarus, but I got the cheap ones from Walmart.
Yeah, dude, my skateboard. I just got these new Camrys on it, and they grind great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got is Ventura a what's the truck company that starts
Venture?
Venture. I got that as my first trucks, and they had the bolt came up like higher than the truck themselves. So
Yeah.
if you were going to do any grind, that bolt, the nut was in the way.
Yeah.
My first
Did they still do
truck
that?
was Fisher Price.
Did you do grinds on that?
I did it all the time.
All right,
Yeah.
Carlos, make a joke on the spot about television.
So the TV, everyone's watching it, but you know who's not watching it? My dog. For sometimes when I'm hanging out with my dog a little bit too much and I'm watching TV, I'm less trying to see what he's watching and I'm trying to imagine if he sees dogs himself. Like in all the characters in our shows. And
This felt like a joke that you've tried before, but it hasn't worked on stage, and you're like, I'm gonna get it.
You guys told me to make it up on spot.
No, you said it with so much confidence. I was like, have you said this before?
Is that your television bit?
No, man.
No.
No, but dogs, man. I love a dog. I was feeding your dog the whole time. I was trying. Was it your dog? Austin's dog?
The dog.
The
here?
dog who was here.
Yeah.
I was feeding it the whole time.
That's Khaleesi.
Yeah,
Khaleesi.
Like
Khaleesi.
from Game of Thrones. apparently.
Austin's roommate Nick owns that dog. It is a beautiful dog.
I love that dog,
Very
man.
beautiful dog.
I tried to make when I first started. I tried to make the dumbest jokes. One that I can remember was like about the word dog, and then trying to like flip it and be like God. And I was like, this is revolutionary joke writing. And I might have tried it once, and it didn't get a laugh, and I've never thought about it.
Is
since.
that what turned into the swear to God bit?
Oh,
That's one of my favorite bits.
the evolution.
Ever. I heard that bit the first time I met Ben, and dude, now that's all I think of him as a Christian comic.
People say that. They go, you do have Christian jokes. I'm like, because I'm joking about the phrase "swear to God." Like it has nothing to do with like Christianity.
Would you ever do a church though?
Shoot, I'd do anywhere, dude. If there's like a active crowd that's
a willing audience.
Yeah.
I was into comedy when I was like little, and then my mom would take me to church, and like halfway through the Pope speaks or whoever runs the church.
Yeah,
anyways,
the Pope.
Halfway through
the local
halfway
Pope.
through the priest will leave.
Did I see Evan
but
Joe
he would try
earlier?
to make jokes, and just a lot of the
Where did he
times
go?
it wasn't. But dude,
who kills harder than
priests
a
kill
priest
hard,
at a church?
dude.
Everybody's listening. They pepper one or two jokes in there. I mean, crush.
It's priests are the best comedians, dude. Like I swear to God, like
You build all that tension.
I
I
think
don't
they
know,
have
man.
the easiest audience.
The one who
you don't
fucked
think
me
so?
was never
No, I
that
think they have the
funny.
easiest
for
audience.
sure.
Like,
Yeah, people are willing to laugh at it. I mean, you watch a sermon and they'll like break the
Yeah.
tension with just something silly, and it crushes. And you're like, dude, if you actually wrote a joke,
You know what's great about priests too is they're always on topic. Like they know how to be so smooth,
Well,
and then they'll
'cause they're
talk about
generally
something
always on one
contemporary.
topic.
Isn't it always the same time? Yeah, I was gonna say.
You ever had a priest that talked about like something that was in the news and just killed?
Like Kim Kardashian?
There's something like that. Something about pop culture that you're like, oh whoa, like
Dude, yeah. Any preacher who mixes Christianity with like something current is like incredible. I remember going to church and just the fact that they had a band that wasn't like, you know, the choir. It was like a band with a guitar and a bass. It was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Even more. I'm coming.
They
Just played a cover of Switchfoot, and I'm down.
I went to one of those like Baptist churches in Charleston because one of my friends was like, "Oh, you got to come, you got to check it out," and I was like, "This is gonna go badly," and so I went there, and it was very culty. I did not like any of it. Yeah, and
How old were you?
Like 28.
Did you feel?
27.
This was a couple years ago, right?
This was the first time you went to a Baptist church?
4 years ago. Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Did you feel? I would assume the culture there. You felt much more because a lot more people are doing it. Did you feel like more of the pressure of like you have to do this?
No,
or not. You have
just,
to, but
no. I just felt like this is not me. This is not what I would do at all. And
I mean,
also,
it's a lot more
very
prevalent there, though, right? Would you say?
Where?
In Charleston.
Yeah.
Like as far as a culture, like
the
you talk
holy
to
city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like strong Southern Baptist community down there, all that good stuff. But I remember like I think that my biggest takeaway was like that the drummer was in his own box. I just felt like he was in timeout for no reason.
Yeah.
I was feeling bad for that guy.
Speaking of cults, doesn't Evan kind of look like if David Koresh was a software dev?
Doesn't Noah look like he was supposed to be in the class for the people on the spectrum, but he like barely made it?
I think that might be more of an auditory thing.
Like he didn't get in.
Like
he was like disappointed about it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who David Koresh is.
You don't know who David Koresh is?
Is he
is he
Texas
funny?
guy?
He's the guy who led the cult at Waco.
Oh yeah.
Waco.
Yeah, how do I? You guys are like way older than me.
Yeah, but it doesn't really care about
but we
the
didn't
subject.
grow up
If you
with
mention the
Netflix,
massacre at Waco, sure, but
if
you're throwing out cult leader names, I don't.
But he's
think
like
much
the
about
most
it.
famous.
Like circa 2002.
I mean, like other than like L. Ron Hubbard. Like,
Nah, Rasputin. He's heavy.
Yeah, like who was the dude in Idaho? Ruby Hill.
Yeah.
How do you know Ruby?
I thought
Hill?
Ruby Hill was the
know.
shooting.
I
thought
know
Ruby Hill
that-
was the location.
Not for Waco, no.
No,
Ruby Hill.
Getting them all mixed up.
Yeah,
No, I
sometimes
thought
they
Ruby
call-
Hill was named after the place, not the person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know of that, but do you know the guy's name?
That's the Kool-Aid one, right?
I just know the place.
Well, that's my point. How are you supposed to remember all the psychos out there?
Are you one?
Netflix.
Jesus.
Podcasts.
Netflix.
Yeah,
I watched a couple
podcasts.
episodes of that Waco thing, and it was pretty garbage.
I couldn't do it.
I
It was
liked
just
it.
like, eh.
I didn't think it was bad.
I thought the acting was fuck.
Yeah, it's just
terrible.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the vibe. It was too slow, and it was just like it was a slow build up for how we would pull people in, and like I don't know.
Have you guys ever seen the movie about the story of Gary Webb? I don't know. I don't remember what the movie's called. But do you guys know who Gary Webb was?
I only know about
So,
Charlotte.
He was probably
Charlotte?
the last.
Yeah, Charlotte Webb.
Nice.
Oh, and Babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like the last.
Which table are you sitting at? Oh,
He was
yeah, I
the
saw this
last.
earlier.
He was the
So
last.
he was like the last. Fuck, I'm blanking.
So
now.
real quick,
I'm all
we'll get back to it.
distracted.
We've got a question from the producer here. There's a Instagram photo that's out there, or a photo floating around on the social medias from Comedy Works saying, what dinner table for Thanksgiving would you sit at? And it's a bunch of different comics, and you're supposed to pick what table. What table are you picking? Five?
Bill Burr, Chappelle, and Attell. Like, come on.
I think I would go. God, it's tough.
Well, number one is kind of. I mean, I feel like John Mulaney and Nate Bargatze would go well together.
Yeah. So just for context, you've got table one is John Mulaney, Bargatze, Seinfeld, and I'm not sure who.
Who's the baby tiger? Or no, not that's Bob. That's.
She was pregnant and came out with some very successful.
yeah.
There's
Something
a
Tiger, I
WO
think.
in that name.
Isn't there
Ali Wong?
Yeah.
Ali Wong?
Yeah.
Oh, Cobra. I was thinking of something.
And then table 2 is Kreischer, Segura, Christina P, Ali Shafir. Table 3, Rogan, Tim Dillon, Santino, and Annie Letterman. 4 is Big J, Dan Soder, List, and Norman.
Oh my God, that's a great one.
And table 5 is Chappelle, Burr, Dave Attell, and is that Tiffany Haddish?
Yeah, I think so. Her
Yes.
longer than
Do you
List,
remember
the table with List,
List?
and who else was on there? Normand,
Big J,
oh yeah,
and
dude.
Soder?
Oh dude, hell yeah.
I think, like, out of respect, I really would want to sit at table 5 just to be a part of that conversation. But I think the table that would be the most fun would be the Segura Christina P.
Yeah,
that would be a fun one.
I think that'd be a super fucking
That'd be
fun
a fun
table.
one. I feel like if I was in that table, I wouldn't even be able to put in a word.
Bert, yeah.
You know,
I'll
feel
be
like,
honest, Bert talks too much. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
I do listen to his podcast.
His laugh is so funny, though.
But he just goes so much. I think you just sit there and listen and be like, well, this isn't that fun. I thought it would be fun, but I'm just listening to Bert exaggerate.
Yeah.
You ever hear him?
Thinks about the dinner that didn't happen.
Yeah. I think number 4, I think Big J, Soder,
That's
List,
my
and
favorite
Norman
one.
would be very
That
fun.
would be fun.
But I think if I did pick, I'd pick one.
Okay.
Mulaney, Bargatze, Wong, and Seinfeld. Kind of.
That's the legend.
Mostly
table.
only because I'm such a big fan of Bargatze.
Yeah.
I could take it. Mulaney.
I feel like Seinfeld would be
Mulaney's
such a
John
buzzkill.
Mulaney.
I feel no. I feel like Seinfeld would be the most probably philosophical table to sit
he
at.
loves talking
I feel like
comedy.
he would say grace.
Okay.
But I feel like if we were realistic, in an ideal world, you're treated as an equal at the table. Realistically, you're not going to be. Seinfeld would probably have the vibe of like,
Yeah, standoffish, like, fuck
yeah,
you,
like this
who
is a
are
make a
you?
wish type thing. I don't
Yeah.
want to be at.
I feel like he would feel that like that just sitting at that table minus Mulaney.
Yeah.
Yo, who would we put on our perfect comedy table? Of like 5, 6 people.
Like a Last Supper.
Like a Last Supper.
Oh,
How many people? would-
Comics
Big J.
Last Supper is a
Okerson.
fucking great idea.
That's mine.
I want to do that for the studio. I want to have something.
Get some fatheads of the.
Exactly.
I just want to look at the picture.
Okay, Ben, who's your first pick?
Just
for
the
Last
people who are
Supper?
alive right now.
So Last
or
Supper,
the
Nate
people-
Bargatze.
But it's like a
easily mine.
party. Like you're
But
there
the
to
comics
kick it
that are
with them.
alive right now are like all comics.
All comics.
All comics, like of all time.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I would go Bargatze for sure. I think he's my favorite comedian, but he's also
Stephen Wright.
But the goal
I'd have
is
Norman
not
on
a
there.
Mount Rushmore.
that's
It's to
Mark
create
Norman.
the best conversation, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Nate seems to be like one of the most normal dudes.
He's the one leading.
So like somebody you could talk to and not.
Nice. Mark Normand. I don't know. Definitely Stephen Wright on that table. You know.
Oh yeah, of current
Some
comics,
other
like who
90s
you'd like
guys.
to talk to.
Evan, on your table of the Last Supper. Yeah. If you could pick comics to take the places.
But you're there to chill. It's not about.
Yeah, you're there to chill.
It's not a Mount Rushmore type situation. It's like which comics would create the most fun.
This is very convoluted. All right.
I mean, there's a whole couch, and you are right in the middle.
So Evan.
Okay. Hit me with it again. Let me immerse myself
On your
in the
table.
situation.
Let's start out first real quick,
In my
just because I'm
table.
curious.
Oh, the original.
Your favorite comedian, top 3 comedians.
Top 3 comedians. Stephen Wright is my number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
Absolutely. So who said Stephen Wright? You're hacked, dude. You took that from me. He knew I was gonna say it. Stephen Wright, obviously, and people of that ilk, just like the one-liner absurdist, Mitch Hedberg, Rodney Dangerfield, Seinfeld, Carlin, Jesselnick, of course, bunch of other white guys.
Would that change if you were just looking to hang with the comics rather than skill level?
Definitely.
Who are the hang group?
Definitely. The hang comics, I mean, I have to say, like, a lot of modern people, probably just because I listen to so many podcasts nowadays.
It's hard to.
I just picture myself hanging with these people. So, like, the Joe Lists, I think.
Yeah.
Out of any comic, I think I'd want to hang out with Joe List.
I agree. Hell yeah.
Out of everyone.
That was, so we'd be on the same table probably.
People of that, the Mark Normans and Sam Morrils.
We talked about this the other day. How Joe List was, you're a big fan. Some others were talking about it too.
Yeah.
Do you not feel like? I feel like Joe List is so anxious
Yeah.
that he wouldn't have a good time meeting up with strangers.
Yes. Okay, so is the situation that we don't know him? Like he's just we're meeting for the first time at this
Correct.
Last Supper.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, then I guess it'd be a situation where I'm meeting these people for the first time as well, and I'm incredibly anxious, so I'd probably have something to relate to in Joe List.
Nice.
Okay,
You
so
know?
the dueling anxiety would work as a benefit.
Exactly.
Okay.
I feel like we'd have a lot of like side-eye moments of like, oh God, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
But what did you guys have? Let's rehash what we've already done.
So the
This'll be
Last Supper.
entertaining.
Wait. Yeah. So the Last Supper.
Yes.
Same concept, the table, but
Okay.
now the comics of all time. Who would you have sit at that table, and you get to experience it with them?
I mean, I know I said Dangerfield earlier, but
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Norm Macdonald too. I feel like
Yeah, I
Norm
agree.
Macdonald. I've never seen an instance of Norm Macdonald not be conversationally entertaining. Just people I could just shut the fuck up and listen to.
Yeah.
Be very.
I agree with Nora. I
very
think
interesting.
Dangerfield would be
Yeah.
kind of similar to Bert. Bert is obnoxious
Bert-
to me
yeah,
in a storytelling way.
Right, like,
I
I
feel
don't-
like Dangerfield would be obnoxious in the every sentence is a punchline. You're like, I just want to talk.
Yeah, and I mean every story that I've heard of Dangerfield in his day-to-day life, he was just like blackout wasted and
yeah?
a terrible bother to everyone around him.
I think it disconnected.
So maybe he would not be fun to hang out with, because I mean a lot of the times you're seeing Dangerfield, it's a very rehearsed conversation. His Carson appearances
Yeah.
are all, he said these things a million times, and they all know how it's gonna go. They're just so natural at bringing it up.
So you think Bert is exhausting as well?
I think Bert would be very fun to hang out with. More than I'd rather hang out backstage at a Bert Kreischer show than be in the audience.
Yeah.
I say that having gone to a Bert Kreischer show.
Was it good?
So I saw Bert Kreischer at Red Rocks recently.
Yep.
And I just went because Mark Normand was opening. I love Mark Normand. And I think maybe it was the style of the comedy, but Red Rocks is just not a venue I want to see comedy at.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling. I'm a million miles
The
away.
energy just gets
It's
floats off into the abyss.
It's like, and you're just seeing it on a TV. Maybe it would be better if I was closer to the
Gotcha.
stage, but I was okay.
It was better.
It was
up
better
front?
closer.
Did you like Bert? You a big Bert fan?
Oh, it made me cry.
Really?
Really?
Wait, who here is not a Bert fan?
I recognize Bert's success. I don't think he's that funny. I'm not a big fan of his writing. And
I agree.
what annoys me the most is he's very obviously exaggerating to the point of a lie for most of his stuff. And his
Right.
whole MO is like my crazy life. But if
Yeah.
you're gonna tell lies, and he's admitted it on his podcast, he's like, yeah, sometimes for the bit I'll just lie. And I get there's a difference.
Well,
between
no,
like,
he says he uses hyperbole. I understand that.
I get that. That's
Yeah.
a difference. Like everybody does that.
Yeah.
But to just be like fabricate a story, and
yeah,
just
yeah.
lie about it, it's like
Right.
I don't like that because most of his stuff is so
sometimes-
absurd.
But I
anyways.
mean, like, well, okay, so I agree with you for the most
it's
part.
easy
But
to
at
write.
what point is our bit like not a lie?
tell me, do you have any bits where you just make up a story?
I make up parts of a story to make it better.
Parts of a story, but it comes from a true seedling.
Yeah. Like I've got a new bit right now where I talk about how I asked my dad about a thing that happened that turned out to be a prank from him. I still haven't asked him that question. Like that was a full out lie that I did that. I just figured out on my own that he did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like it's like and also like we all lie in the sense of like we will say like, we'll be like, the other day this happened. That shit happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
Everything
so like,
that's ever happened to a comic has happened recently.
yeah, exactly. 'Cause
But
it
those
just
are
makes
just
it-
little like
That's a
things to make
trick.
it more
Yeah.
relevant. It's not like Bert's whole MO is I'm a crazy party guy, and if he's going to be like, here's this crazy party thing that I went to story, but that didn't happen, then it's just like, then what are we even doing?
Well,
I kind of want to
Okay,
say
so-
something about
okay, no, no.
like with Bert. He has this story about he's going ziplining with his daughter, and it's a great story. But there's some things in there that he has to add to embellish the story just so he could get to his punchline.
Yeah.
So there's a part where he's like, yeah, when my daughter Isla went down, she was, or I think they were talking about some family or something. They were like, oh, like he caught a dove, like in the middle of his act in so much grace. Which obviously didn't happen, but he's embellishing it to get to
there's
the
a
point.
difference between doing something. I mean, I don't know how he presented it, but if you're saying something that's so obviously absurd and everybody knows like you're kidding, that's a lot of people's shit. Like Jesselnick.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that's
okay. So if people see on his podcast that he says that he's lying, and they know that going in, and they're going in for the stuff, because it's at a certain point, Bert Kreischer's a character. He is Party Boy Larry, the cable guy. Like that's what, like him taking off his shirt, him doing all that stuff. That is just a character that people who will come to a 2 p.m. show to get off of work, like to call in a sick work day, they're looking for somebody to like emulate. They're not looking for a real person. Like most of his success comes from office workers who have a sad life. Like that's what I mean. And so like for the audience, it's fine.
I recognize that and I respect that. Like I'm just saying for me personally, I don't like as a storyteller comedian or as listening to a storyteller comedian, I want to know the truth. I want to hear the funny parts about you.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of the like, hey, I'm telling a story that's true, but it's actually not true.
Yeah.
He mentions it, but
and
also
I
a lot
do that
of
too. Like all my stories are like true in the sense that they happen.
Yeah.
I would never actually make something. I mean, you make up bits of just like scenarios that happen that were just like funny things that you think would be a funny interaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like people kind of know that that's like different as opposed to like, I get what you're saying with like a personal story. Where you're like, hey, this is like affected my childhood or like some shit like that.
Well, to give you a perfect example, and I don't know if
I was
if
a
this
little molested. Like if you said that and you were like, that didn't actually happen. That's
I don't know if it was true or not. But if you guys watch, did y'all watch Bert's last special where he started off with that bit about like going to a school?
His most recent one?
I think it was his most recent one.
Probably.
But he basically talks about going to like a school meeting with his daughter's teachers, and he thought he had grabbed like a Diet Coke, but it was a Coors Light, and then he's like, and I realized in the moment, and I popped it open and chugged it in front of him, or it was something along those lines.
But that sounds real.
And I'm not saying that's
great,
fake, but that's a great example.
But it works, and it's great, and it's not too much as if he's going to go to the next punchline that's going to overshadow that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if that is not true, that's the perfect example of something that if I know that that's not true, then it's like, well, I'm not interested in listening to your stories anymore.
Okay, but you're a comedian.
You're
like,
like,
this is the thing
chugged
this is the disconnect that I try to get to like all these people that like they're not performing for you. We're trying to make like these people are trying to make money at this, and like somebody who hears that, whether or not it's true, somebody who is his audience that is hearing that story is somebody who wants to do that. You know how many fucking like parents like dream of just cracking open a beer while at a parent teacher conference like that? That's a huge portion of his audience. It's the same thing with like Segura and Christina.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, I get that and I respect that. That's his lane and he's killing it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying for me personally and my like what I enjoy listening to and watching, that takes me out of the moment.
I know,
when I
and
get
I
the
agree with
vibe
you, 'cause I
immediately
don't
like
listen to
this is
Bert.
not real.
Yeah. I don't listen
That's
to
how
Bert.
I feel when I watch reality TV now. Just because you know.
But I don't think it's like a blanket statement, right? Like I think there are definitely some made up stories that are just
all
awesome,
of them, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
like
Chappelle's.
Chappelle's.
And there's certain ones that how do you know that they're true? One of my favorite stories that I've ever heard from a comic is Patton Oswalt talking about that heroin guy. Everybody know this bit? Where like he talks about a dude walking in on an open mic and he's hosting and the guy's on heroin. And it's like, it's so exaggerated. I don't know how much of that is true, but I bet he saw a heroin guy like do a set that fucking murdered and he just like found the punchlines to get it right.
But also Patton's.
Like, what do you know from Bert Kreischer that isn't true?
You know, I wish I had the example. He's talked about it on his podcast. I've listened to.
No, I've heard him say that he uses hyperbole and that he kind of exaggerated stuff, but I've never heard him say he lies about an entire thing.
Like I said, I understand the hyperbole. It's when I heard him talk about, he goes, well, sometimes it's just, you just do it for the joke. It's not even a real thing. And again, that teach their own.
Like, what I'm trying to say is that how is that any different than...
Go ahead, dude.
Carlos, what was that restaurant we went to after Sticker Treat?
Pete's Kitchen.
Pete's Kitchen. Yeah.
So we were at Pete's Kitchen, and I went to look for our friend. I thought he was in the bathroom because we were trying to leave, but we didn't know where the hell he was. I opened the bathroom, and there was a line cook in the bathroom shooting heroin into his dick. So Patton might not be too far off.
It's 100% really happened.
Wait, did really?
It really
is where?
It really happened.
That
Pete's
really
Kitchen.
happened.
Yeah.
Like a 24-hour diner.
An amazing diner.
No, that explains
And
everything.
what did he say when you
actually.
walked in?
He looked very ashamed and sort of violated.
He goes, "Oh, I thought that was locked."
No, he
Ever heard of Bert
he had his
Kreischer?
hands
And then
full,
he-
so.
Oh God.
Oh.
No, that's like Patton Oswalt is he's an absurdist. Like his comedy is absurd
is
anyways.
absurdist, yeah,
so I get, again, like I don't care what anybody, everybody's welcome to do whatever, and people will get success from it. Obviously Bert is doing fine. He doesn't
he
doesn't care about my
need your listen.
yeah. But the difference though between like a Bert and a Patton or other people is when your whole MO is I'm talking about my crazy life, but it turns out that not only are you embellishing, but maybe just lying about it. That's where I lose. It's not even respect. It's just I can't enjoy that. Same with reality TV. Like because I know reality TV is fake,
Right.
it's like I watch it nowadays as an adult, and I'm just like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Like you're making drama.
You
This
see the
is fake.
setups. Yeah. But I mean, they're at this. But like, I can appreciate a reality TV show for something.
Name
different
one.
now.
Name one you
Squid
appreciate. in
Game.
2022.
I
That
mean,
is not reality.
No, wait. Trey just started watching RuPaul for the first time, and I'm finally having to watch that. And that shit's entertaining shit. It's the gayest thing I've ever seen.
RuPaul, is that Netflix?
No,
What is that?
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Is that Bravo?
Probably. It's on fucking Hulu or some shit.
I haven't had
forgot.
cable or most of the streaming
Oh,
services in
well,
like
that's the
a
thing
while.
is like Hulu
Gay
plays all
BC?
those fucking stupid ass
TBS?
reality shows. Like if you watch, like what was I watching? Like he watches like Hell's Kitchen and stuff, and I know that that's all like fake. But I liked watching it, and I had to watch it because my boyfriend was watching it, so you have to watch that shit.
Yeah, you gotta.
So I
support.
watched it from support. Heil. But like I liked watching it because you see, like reality show has been on for so long, you see the beats.
Yeah.
Like in everything, like you know when it's gonna cut to commercial, you know what like when there's gonna be a twist. You probably know what the twist is at this point because like reality shows are like comedy. It's all set up, punchline in the sense of like set up, twist, set up. This weird thing happened, drama, all the things to do. Kelsey called Michelle a
Sorry to
bitch.
interrupt. Is there an organ playing right now?
Yes.
There's music going on for sure.
Okay. I was like, did you?
We're gonna have a
Your
nice,
skull
we're
is
gonna have a
haunted.
nice number to this podcast.
At least for me, if it's funny enough, I don't care. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care how
I don't
you
care if
came
it's
up with
fake
it.
or
I don't care
not.
how disingenuous it is. If the punchline is worth it, then I like. But I think the issue that maybe you're seeing with Bert is like, yeah, Breaking Bad is a great show, but it's clearly not actually happening. Whereas reality, it could be a great show, but they're selling it as this genuine experience.
Yeah,
that
it's-
didn't actually take place.
Yeah, it's all about the like intent kind of, and
Right.
also there's I agree. There's plenty of people that I'm sure are the same type of comedian as Bert. But for some reason, there's just something that maybe it's because I've watched a bunch of his podcasts and he
Right.
like overpowers Tom Segura so much to where I like have to turn it off. And maybe that plays into it a little bit. But yeah, like Gary
It's
Goldman.
like the famous Corey.
The famous Corey, who's that?
The worst
It's
one.
overpowering podcast.
Okay. But like Gary Goldman, he's got that bit about the state capitals. You know that one? You know that
Do I
one?
know
Yeah,
that
I think
one?
so.
Okay, it was a pretty big one on one of his.
Probably.
But he talks about like how they came up with the state capitals, and he's just making up the
State
circumstance that like, oh, they met at breakfast and they did
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's not what happened. Like he made it up, and he didn't preface it with this is just a joke or what if. It was like,
But he makes it. But in that sense, he makes it so exaggerated that you know it's not.
well, that's what I'm
real.
saying.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
everybody knows and everybody's in on it, like this is funny because we all get it.
Yeah.
But if it's like,
Man, that makes me want to write a story about the writing of the U.S. Constitution. Just make up everything. on the whole thing from the front. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be
dudes met for breakfast.
your new closer, the Constitution bit. Like, oh god, here it comes.
Oh shit,
he's bringing up
It's
his
U.S. Capitals and cars getting breakfast or whatever.
No, I do want to hear though, Kellen. You said the live show is really good.
Bert. Yeah,
It was
I
okay.
liked it. Evan thinks that everyone should be fucking Stephen Wright and have these little fucking post-it note jokes.
Yeah.
And if they're not like that, he's like, it's not comedy, bro. It's not. He didn't do it for me.
Well, he likes fast comedy.
Was that your first time seeing him, or have you seen
That
him
was
at
my
the
first
club?
time, yeah.
It was my first time seeing Bert, my 100th time hearing the Machine story. I was like, this was an $80 ticket.
Well, stop watching that video so much if you don't like it.
I like
Stupid.
it. I feel like.
Did the crowd get crazy?
Jeez,
No, it wasn't
when
too
did
wild.
you see him? When did you see him?
We saw him at Red Rocks.
Like
Was this
recently?
October?
Yeah.
I think it was like October.
No, it was
He's still
August
doing
or
that story.
September.
You know how much, like,
Yeah.
if I was still doing like the bit you all have heard,
Yeah.
in 8 years,
But he does it like an encore.
Yeah.
fuck that, no.
Even that, I feel
He's
like
not Guns N'
It's
Roses.
not-
But
yeah,
sometimes
it's not Freebird.
But sometimes people come to comedy shows expecting that.
Yeah.
You know,
and
especially
that is his
that
fan
big.
bit. Like they're.
That is true.
I feel like you should do.
Well, and that bit is what got him where he is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was a
But-
viral.
I agree with that, but I think like the difference between comedy and like a music show is that it was way too self-serious and like, you know.
I wonder if he sees people leaving that have heard
Fuck
the
that.
story for the 100th time, like because he does it
Yeah.
in an encore, so he does it after
No,
his
and
closer.
I get it. Everyone there has heard that story,
But
and
they
he's
want
doing
to
it
hear
like.
it. Like they approach it like music.
I know, and
like
I
we're
think
not the
that's-
general audience. You know,
I think
No, yeah,
that's
it's the
the
same
wrong
thing I was saying
reason
with
to go to a comedy
civilians.
show. Personally,
That's not why anybody was there.
people were there because they were stuck inside for like a year and a half.
Yeah,
I think.
They had nothing else to do.
I think obviously Bert. You know, anybody who can do anything that can sell tickets over and over, whether you're doing the same act or not, good on them. I agree. I think like Nate Bargatze, the way I don't know if you guys have seen his schedule, but he does that coffee bit about like coffee whipped cream or whatever.
the milk with ice.
Yeah, and he follows that up in his next special.
Right,
Where he's like
right.
referencing, so everybody's
That's
in
the
on it,
way
but
to
it's a
do
new,
it.
it's a new
Yeah.
angle.
That's the way to
But
do
Bert
it.
didn't do the machine bit verbatim. He did it like he's never done it before.
he lied.
It never
said what
happened.
actually
He fucking
happened.
went off on tangents that were like completely unrelated.
I would love that after 20 years, he's
I
still
get it.
doing the
And-
bit.
and
he just
had
ends
I
it with
seen-
none of it happened.
I enjoy Bert Kreischer, and had I seen maybe that same set in a comedy club, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But there was such a disconnect at Red Rocks that even Mark Norman
Yeah, the
doing a bunch of
disconnect
new
was
bits. that I
18
loved.
fucking twisted teas crumpled up under the back of my Subaru, you drunk fuck. He was living the Chrysler lifestyle, going to see it and going, I don't like what I saw.
man.
I was stone cold sober.
I was shirtless the whole time, and I fucking hated it.
I was doing push-ups the whole time. That's
Norman's
how
stuff
sober
was
I
good though.
It was good, and I love Norman, but it was still like,
Just the energy
what
was
the
off.
hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
Why did you
It
feel
was-
that way? Is it because you're used to different clubs, or
Probably.
like have you
I
ever
just-
seen comedy at Red Rocks before?
I still.
I hadn't seen comedy at Red Rocks before, and I have seen comedy in theaters
what's up,
before.
dishwasher?
Yeah,
I
but
just
Red
think-
Rocks is different.
Red Rocks is
It's
different.
not a
Red Rocks
theater.
is a perfect music venue. I think comedy needs a roof.
Oh,
Comedy
for
needs
sure.
a roof.
I
I
saw-
think that's the whole thing.
I saw
Even-
Bill Burr at Red Rocks, and I've never laughed harder in my fucking life.
Really?
I've
Well,
heard.
he's
I
way
wanted
better.
to see
I
that.
mean, Bill Burr's.
Well,
Bill Burr would
yeah.
be at the table.
I sometimes
Bill Burt Kreischer.
Bill Burr would be at the table.
I sometimes wonder
Yeah.
what like. It's been a while since I've like lost my mind laughing watching a comedy show. Like the last time I can remember was Ron White dropped in. You remember 2019?
Yeah, I was on that show. Yeah,
Yeah. Would you do new talent?
Yeah, I was on the new talent night.
Yeah,
of
so
that.
he
was. I smoked a joint with Ron White. That's the only like celebrity thing I have.
Yeah, he
He's
did
at
like
my table.
he did like 15. What?
He's at my table.
Oh, did he?
No, I mean like the
Last
what you
Supper.
asked Evan.
Anyway,
I would eat
so
with
that was
Ron
the
White.
last time you died laughing.
I-
That's
White
who
is
I would
there?
want to hang with.
So he murdered, and I sat on the very side, the piano seating or whatever, at the side of the stage.
on the stage seats.
Yeah, and I was crying laughing. And other than that, like, I find myself wanting to like seeing somebody I really idolize, but like watching it from a comics point of view of like analyzing it rather than being in the moment. And Ron is one of the only people I can think of who like brought me into the moment, so I wasn't thinking like, what's he doing? How's he? It's just like he was killing so hard that it was just like brought everybody in.
Dave Attell is doing something recently. Yeah. No, I saw Dave Attell like 2 years ago, right? But like before COVID, and like obviously the material was good, but I was analyzing it the entire time, like you said. But then, like for the last 20 minutes of his set, he just brings on whoever's helping him host, and he just riffs for 20
With
minutes,
that person,
and it's fucking like I was dying laughing.
Who was the other person?
You hear my jokes. I became Dave Caldwell. Like that's who I became that night, because I was just fucking crying laughing. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Who did he bring on stage?
Yeah, who's
fucking the
local
guy.
person?
No, yeah, it was an old dude who always wears the. He has a big ass white mustache.
Dr.
Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald.
Yeah, dude. It was him and fucking Dave Attell. And
wait, he hosted?
Yeah. He hosted for Dave, and because they like knew each other.
Yeah.
But like, dude, they just went up on stage for like 20 minutes and murdered, and like it was off the top of their heads, and I was dying laughing, and I couldn't analyze it because it was all in the moment.
Yeah,
it was just like, how do you come up with a joke?
That's
that
what I've
fucking
noticed.
fast?
Like with me, I noticed big time that a lot of my writing is not like hard punchline. It's very, very nuanced. So it's like so important to be in the moment. Same as like we talked about before. A lot of stuff that's unscripted in the moment gets bigger laughs because people know that that's genuine in the moment, and it's breaking tension and it's funny. And the more you can do that with your act to make it seem,
the more you can create a moment.
Yeah, and the more you bring people in and get them in that kind of like trance of like they're not thinking about, hey, you're thinking and trying to remember words. It's like you're all in this special moment.
You know something that I also know. No, that's the reason. Like that's one of the things of why when me and Grambo first made Punchline Jeopardy, that's what we knew we had. We had every single thing is in the moment. Like it's none of this is planned. Where the only thing that's planned is the setups and the categories. But like what people say and how they're going to interact, that's all in the nuance, and it has made some of the funniest shows I've ever been on.
Yeah,
and if you. It's one of the few things that I've ever seen manufacture in them. Sometimes it fails. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it fucking fails and nobody's got a punchline. But man, when it works, when you've got people that are quick-witted, that'll murder a room. Yeah. And it's manufacturing that is probably one of the hardest parts about comedy, because that's what you see the really good people that are good at it. Like the people that will, like somebody was talking about Jay Okerson of just, where you can just ask somebody something, and no matter what they say, he can come up with something. Because that's literally manufacturing an in the moment thing. You just know that you have enough lines because you've been doing this for so long that you can respond with whatever they say. Yeah. But it feels in the moment because you don't know what they're gonna say, but you know you have ammo. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I saw Big Jay Okerson. I saw him do 2 shows in the same night. 2 full hours, did not repeat a single joke.
Dude,
he did not
night
repeat
I saw him
one single joke. And then I was
different.
talking to Carlos. Carlos goes, hey, did he do the pencil in the ass bit? And I was like, what? No. And that was the same weekend. So I'm pretty
Every
sure
show
that he did
I saw
5
that
shows.
weekend completely did. It was crazy. I asked him in the green room, and
All
he
new
was
material.
like, Carlos, I did crowd work for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? It sounded like you wrote all of that. It was insane.
Do you guys think that? Do you think that most of that was written as riffs?
No, because the pencil
I
in the
think
ass
he's too
thing.
lazy to actually write it. But I think he's probably knows where
he's
to
done
take
those
a
lines
lot of
so
the crowd.
much.
Right.
Well, with the pencil in the ass thing, I asked him because he was like, name a joke I did that you thought was a bit. And I brought that one up, and he was like, dude, I literally haven't told that story since I stuck that pencil in my ass.
You're like, you caught me. I cannot remember one thing.
I actually did.
Did you guys see the Skankfest roast?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had time from work, but I have all of it saved on my computer.
Well, one of the roasts against him is just a common roast against him is that he never writes. And I wonder, he hadn't put out many specials at all. I wonder if he's just got like hours of just like this stuff he's built up as far as like riffs and stuff, but he's
Yeah.
never recorded it. So he's just like,
Well, so one thing that he said during his show, he was like,
He's the Jay-Z.
You guys, I love doing this crowd work stuff, but if I ever want to do an album or anything like that, I'm going to have to do material, so I'm going to run some material by you. And he told a joke that I saw on his Instagram 2 years ago.
Really?
I was like, interesting.
Well, I
So
mean,
was it any good?
It was good. I mean,
But
I
his
liked it
crowd
better
work
the
is
first time I saw it
masterful.
naturally.
Right.
because the joke is
Obviously.
We know how
funniest
Evan
the first
feels
time
about
you hear
jokes he's heard before.
I like jokes I've heard before.
That is
Not
weird.
his,
When
on the joke.
you see people who are like, I'm working on some new stuff, and then it's like,
Yeah.
dude, you've been running that set for 2 years ago.
I won't
Like,
say
Yeah,
who
and
it
you
was,
know
but I was
you
at
see through it.
I was
Yeah.
at an open mic last week. Someone was bombing, and they go, "Hey, it's the molecule effect. We try new stuff." And I was like, "This is literally the same."
Who was? Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
They were here.
They were here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, you know?
Not while I was here.
Were they on the podcast? Can we deduce?
Messing with?
Are we going to Sherlock
all
Holmes
right.
this? All right, guys.
digress.
So it was the comic with one eye.
What does that even mean?
Let me throw this at you. Favorite holiday movies? It's Thanksgiving.
Oh God, this is worse than Evan's questions.
What was Evan's
Like
question?
Bert Kreischer's
What are you thankful
Christmas
for?
Vacation.
what are you guys thankful for?
Shoot.
I'm
I would
thankful
say
that I have a group of friends that think they're interesting enough to record their conversation.
Yeah, we're the worst.
I would say probably not a Christmas movie. As far
I feel
as
like we
Christmas
could have
Story?
a Christmas movie, like, you know.
I've seen too many like Christmas Story. It's just too overdone.
Yeah.
Most of the movies I can't. I don't
There's
like
no
because it's too much.
new, like the only new Christmas movie that everybody can reference is like Bad Santa. Like that's the
I
only.
think
Yeah, that's
Elf
strange,
is the
right?
last classic
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Is Elf. I actually earlier today I watched Christmas Vacation. They don't take a vacation, which I thought was interesting. It's all at their house.
You know that's Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah.
Dude, this is random but kind of funny. When I started the first job out of college, it was a call center for J. Crew, and they went around the room and they're like, "All right, say your name and say your favorite movie." And literally, it was like 2 minutes before it got to me, but the whole time I'm like, what's my favorite movie? Like, I was just blanking out.
Yeah.
And it finally got to me, and I was like, my name's Ben, and my favorite movie's Vegas Vacation. And I've never seen the movie before. That just like, I was like, that's a movie name. And I was like, if they
What's
ask
your
any-
favorite? What's your favorite scene?
What's your favorite scene of Vegas?
Where they
I was
go
like,
to
you know, I like when
Vegas?
Chevy Chase does that thing. That's pretty funny. Oh boy.
Oh!
Get it.
Party foul.
Paper towels.
Finally, an opportunity. All right, so here are my thoughts. These are my views.
Hit me with it. Why doesn't Die Hard
I wanted
count?
to ask you this before, Ben.
Okay.
When you watch comedy,
Why do you say it like that?
Yeah, why'd you pause and suck in?
Why do I say comedy?
Comedy.
Okay, I just realized this mic has been way too close to my face the entire time.
I'm gonna say the same thing about your mustache. I don't know.
What I wanted to ask you, Ben, is like when you watch comedy, what are you getting from it? Like if you watch a new special or you go to a big, like traveling comedian's show.
With comedy, like I mentioned before, the whole goal for me to enjoy it is for me to not be thinking and analyzing and judging like this is comedy, this is happening, what's he doing? I want them to be whatever they're doing, telling the jokes in a way that draws me in and takes all that analyzing away, which is tougher when you're doing comedy all the time. I get that compared to your average person, but I mean, it's still I see the difference between like a very good comedian who I like am listening to their jokes and laughing versus somebody else who I'm just like, you don't look natural. That's stiff. How are you?
Yeah. Who does that for you?
Local and like big.
Local.
was quite a slog.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Oh,
a good example
God,
of like
that
a
was
very
rough.
inexperienced. To be honest, there's a ton of, and I'm not saying this is like, this has nothing to take away anything from anybody, but most specials that come out, I don't enjoy that much. especially in the last couple years on Netflix and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
it's been saturated. The market's been saturated.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a new era of comedy that we're going into. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's just. I mean, that's what they do on TikTok and YouTube. They're trying to saturate
It's
the
the
market with
YouTube
everything.
specials that have been the ones that are
That
kind
are
of
the
blowing my
best,
mind
dude. The
recently.
YouTube
Yeah.
specials are the best.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is defining our time.
Yeah.
But the Netflix stuff is like, I'm not impressed with at all. And the over editing and everything, and they just. I like comedy when it's more intimate. You know, Joe List's special is one of the best I've ever seen in my life. You know.
what, Kellen? Curious to hear. We were talking about like top comics, favorite comics.
Check.
Who would be your? Has that been off the whole time?
I think this has been off the whole time. I've had no hot takes.
No, Evans was on. Yours was just switched off when you picked it up.
That makes sense.
Okay, thank God.
But yeah,
we got to rerun it. What were we
Mark
talking
Norman's
about now?
special on YouTube? Dude,
Yeah.
I've watched it like maybe 15, 20 times.
Absolutely. Yeah. Same with. I just rewatched Sam Moreau's I Got This.
The best part about putting it on special is, or a special on Netflix, or fuck. The best part about putting your special onto
Sound
YouTube,
kinda special.
I know, is that it goes.
Sounds
into
like you're
your
running a bit right now. You're like, I don't have it down yet.
It's just a bit. I love
Fuck,
comedians
I just gave
like
the punchline.
to any comedian. They're like, all right, this isn't a bit. I'm being earnest. It's like, this
But
is
I
definitely
will
gonna be a
attempt to
bit.
do a punchline at the end.
But when you put it on YouTube, you get into people's suggested. Like when they watch another video, you might get them on a podcast to something else, or you might get when like you catch somebody on Netflix. It's not going to give you any kind of suggested, any kind of algorithmic help whatsoever.
You like Seinfeld? Check out Squid Game.
Exactly. Yes, 100%.
That's the whole reason why I don't like Netflix. Is like it'll suggest me the most irrelevant stuff.
Yeah, it's just like suggested based on top 10 right now trending.
But I think YouTube's algorithm is so perfect and precise
Yeah.
of any algorithm on the internet that it just gets you to the goal so fast.
Have you seen the show Sexy Beasts on Netflix?
No.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
have
Have you
Netflix.
heard of this?
I haven't heard
It's
of
called
it.
Sexy Beasts.
Starring Austin Langley?
It's a dating show.
Oh,
Right? Where
this
they,
guy hasn't
they
dated
put
in-
these people in like
since dating got
top
invented.
to bottom Hollywood makeup. They like make them look like a dog or something, totally unrecognizable, and then put them through like a bunch of Bachelor-esque scenarios.
Yeah.
And so that they try to connect on like a personal level.
Sounds like Beauty and the Beast. You remember that show?
That was like my there was a show.
The Disney show?
I remember the Disney. I remember
yeah,
the movie.
no, it was a CD. Yeah, you remember the movie, guys? It's kind
Remember-
of a.
You guys heard of Cinderella?
No, it was it was either Beauty and the Beast or Beauty and the Geeks.
Okay.
Geeks and Beauty.
Oh, it's Beauty and the Geek.
Beauty and the
That's
Geek.
what it was. I remember that.
Okay.
It was on like VH1 or something.
VH1 or CW or something. Yeah, some like
CW.
Yeah, I don't know. It was probably
CW.
VH1.
Comedy Works.
I think Ashton Kutcher was like the producer of it.
Yeah.
But it was basically like a bunch of nerds and then a bunch of hot ladies.
Yeah.
Or it might have been a mixture of both, and they're trying to like.
Did they date? Did they compete?
I don't know. I think it was like a Fantasy Islands situation where they just throw them all together in a house.
Are you
and-
talking about after Tiger King? They put like this reality TV show on.
This
and it was
was
like about
like-
people trying not to fuck each other.
This was like 2007.
Oh,
this
okay.
was so long ago.
It was like chicks at
Jersey
the
Shore,
mall.
I think it was.
Chicks at the mall at like Forever 21 trying to see if they can date guys at GameStop.
Sure.
I like that.
That-
premise.
that's a pretty good
Well, and that's where I think
synopsis.
Sexy Beast goes wrong because it's a great concept.
Yeah, but nobody wants to fuck a dog.
Speak for yourself. Anyway,
I've been trying this whole fucking time.
Anyways,
no, but Sexy it goes wrong because it's a bunch of like the twist is they're all beautiful people with the most insufferable, vapid personalities, and they miss the whole point of the show they're even fucking doing.
Yeah, that's most.
They're Brendan Schaub.
They're exactly.
kidding.
What are you talking about? Shut up, man.
So
That was the longest weekend of my life.
So is Brendan Schaub? He came to Comedy Works.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Yeah.
His new
Horrible.
hour.
His openers were fantastic. He had David Lucas and Chappelle Lacey.
God, and then
they
he just stunk.
buried him every night.
And did the crowd? I mean, obviously they're
Crowd
probably going
ate
to
it
see
up
him
because they're like, we know him from our phone.
Okay. God.
Yeah.
And okay, so he sucks. Top 3 comics.
Who suck?
Top 3 comics.
Top 3 and bottom
Top
3. Your
3
opinion.
local comics you hate.
Top 3, bottom.
Evan Joe, number 1.
You could say like really, like my favorites. I'm just gonna say
Favorites.
Like, 'cause
Yeah, just handful.
I love Seinfeld and Chappelle, and but like Brian Regan, Ron White, Brian Regan, one of my favorites. Oh yeah,
Brian Regan. He's also an actor who went to the college I went to.
Really?
Except different guy.
Different guy.
His,
how's he feel about Vegas Vacation?
The height of his career was being on Capital One commercials.
Oh my God!
So
What's in your
pretty
wallet?
big. That
Was he one of the Vikings?
he might have been.
What's in your wallet?
He might have just been an extra on one commercial, and that's
He's like, that's my career.
yeah.
Who's your top 3 local comics?
I'm not even done with my top 3 fucking comics that we've been trying to talk about for 20 minutes, Carlos.
Yeah, real professionals.
Stop interrupting Kellen, dude.
Anyway, so YouTube specials.
we go all the way back.
Next
to that.
topic. No, so,
So my
where's Bert?
table would
Where's
have-
Bert fall on that? Is he?
He's nowhere in there.
Nowhere in there.
No.
Okay.
You don't want to? Why not? Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer. I mean, I like him, but I don't. I like him a lot.
What about
he's,
love him?
He's the reason that I'm here.
Here's
in
the thing.
Denver.
I feel like we would have
But-
to put legends on that table, though, and that just, you know.
That's why I'm halfway through, 2/3 of the way through, with comics that aren't Richard Pryor, that aren't.
No, you have to
Yeah.
though, like just out of respect, you know.
I don't want to.
Or Lenny Bruce.
We know you
have to
haven't,
put Lenny Bruce
Langley.
just out of respect, you know.
Yeah, that'd be a real fun podcast. I listened to 2,000 hours of people talking about fucking. Oh, I
The
really
same
like Bill
guys
Hicks.
forever. Yeah.
You know.
I like Bill Hicks. I don't like Bill Hicks that much, I'll be honest.
What is that noise? Are you making beats on
You
there,
throwing
dude?
some air horns in?
Do you have an air horn?
Yeah, I was doing sound effects.
Hell yeah. Give me some reverb.
Yeah. Put me on auto tune, dude. I'm about to drop some.
So who's your who's your 3?
I fucking said it.
You haven't even said one.
Yeah, you
I
haven't
said
said anything.
Brian
dude.
Regan.
You've just been sitting
You
there in
did?
silence for the past
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Bill Hicks,
Bill Hicks,
Ron White,
Ron White.
and I'm only allowed 3. But I could, you know,
Interesting.
Dave Chappelle
Dave Chappelle
was like the first
Honorable
special where I like blew my mind.
Which
Not
one? His very first
No,
one?
his Showtime. For what it's
Oh.
worth.
Wait, 2001?
2004.
Like,
No, that one's 2004.
The one where he's got a mustache.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's in. I think he's in San Francisco.
Killing Them Softly, dude. You don't like Killing Them
Killing
Softly
Them
better?
Softly is good, but the next one is better.
You really think, dude? That's a hot topic, dude. Killing Them Softly
Whoa.
is one of my.
Dude,
I think it's. Still
are you at
one
the
of greatest
mall? Because
specials
that's
of
a
all time.
hot topic. I thought that would hit a little better, but it didn't.
I liked it.
I liked
it. I swung hard.
That's like.
Let's get to my bottom 3.
Okay.
Give me your bottom
Number 1,
3.
Evan Joe. No.
No, I
That's
don't like
1,
Bert,
2, 3 for me.
I don't like Bert's material. I don't really like Tom's material. I think Christina Pazitsky is way funnier. Way.
That's a hot topic. No, I haven't seen Christina's other than like some. I don't know if I've watched.
She was very
full
funny
specials.
when she was at Comedy Works.
Dude,
her
she,
specials are.
she
awful.
murdered
Yeah, I've
harder
only
than
seen maybe-
anyone else I saw aside from Okerson.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
It's-
People were laughing.
It's weird the
entire
people who
time.
kill at comedy, like Marin, got buried by Sam Talent, but then Marin also killed super hard. But
Just
Sam,
different nights?
But Sam opened for him.
Oh, and so he struggled. and then
Sam
he
was out
got
there
him
for
back?
15 minutes, and it was just like a jet taking off. And then Marin comes out and he's like, "Jesus Christ, I've just got my notes here." I'm like, workshop.
Who's the? Let's see, dude.
Bye.
Who's the hardest you've
Goodbye,
seen kill
Corey
it?
Stevens. Have a good night.
David Tell.
David Tell.
By
Yeah,
a landslide.
hell yeah.
Like no, not even close.
I've never seen anything like that.
Now back to bottom 3.
Bottom 3.
Bottom 3.
Brendan Schaub.
Oh, there
He's
we go.
bad.
That doesn't even.
Brian
he doesn't,
Fallon-
he doesn't
no,
make,
no,
That's
no.
obvious.
Chris
Give me-
D'Elia for sure.
Yeah, I don't like D'Elia.
Yeah, neither.
D'Elia was funny
And it
when I
has
wasn't.
nothing
I
to
like
do with
who
his
he is
sex
as a
life.
person.
Yeah.
I just
It's
don't
all
like
his
his.
That
material.
aside,
Yeah.
I don't get his last special. I was like, this
I'm into the
is
jokes.
horrible.
Evan.
Like,
I like the politics.
I don't even know
Same
what
with-
his
I don't
last
like
special
Cosby's
was, but I
material,
watched
but-
like 5 minutes of one
Evan's
10
not-
years ago, and I was like, I gotta shut this.
honestly, his last special
do
felt
two
like
different
I was
podcasts at the
watching
same time.
an overconfident open micer
He looks like-
workshop material for an hour.
It looks like Dane Cook got all the meat sucked out of him.
Dude, he looks like
Evan. Yeah, you were talking about Dalia, and how you read his book on dating, but you didn't like his book on comedy, right?
Yeah. No, I'm more into
explains
what
so
he
much.
stands for
Yeah.
than the material itself.
Yeah.
You know, I like
who he is as a person.
I like who he is as a person.
Yeah.
Same with Cosby.
What's his dating book like? He just teaches you how to slide into the DMs of your fucking little sister's friends.
Yeah, well, so it makes a lot of sense to me because, you know, I recently got out of a long relationship, so I haven't really been hitting on girls since I was in high school, and I never thought just go back to hitting on high school girls. You know, and
Wait,
Dalia,
that's your strategy?
Dalia kind of opened up that road for me.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys see the video?
That's true.
Did you guys see the video? They did a open mic in a Chicago McDonald's.
That sounds horrible.
Dude, it
Dalia
was
did?
the best thing. No, there's like we want to do a local joke show. Some people did some comics in Chicago a few years ago did a show in a McDonald's.
That's awesome.
We got to do it, and it was amazing from what I saw.
McDonald's is such a corporation. There's no way they're letting you do that unless it's like a location where it's like.
It was the Rock and Roll McDonald's.
This is
It was also
pretty-
the same one that
Wesley Willis.
Yeah. Okay. It was the Rock and Roll McDonald's.
So bottom three.
Steve-O.
Bottom three.
I would say maybe Steve-O,
Steve-O?
since he's gotten past at the store.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus. Are you serious?
So Steve-O.
Steve-O got passed at the store?
Shab.
I don't really think a lot about comics I don't like.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving, Kelsey.
Fucking Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider was bad.
Dude, I didn't watch his. Did you watch his last special?
I can't.
No.
All I saw was
yes, I did.
All I saw was the trailer. And whenever it's a trailer and you're like, those are the jokes you picked to represent this special, you're like, all
that is
right.
rough.
He's like, you guys, I don't party anymore. I eat cheese. And like, standing ovation, you're like, what?
Well, when he was
Stu Spigolo.
when he was at Comedy Works, I popped my head in, and he was like, I've been teaching potty training my daughter, and she doesn't want to do it. So I go, do you want a rainbow sticker? And she's like, yeah, I want a rainbow sticker. He's like, okay, sit on the toilet. She's like, no way. And everyone's like,
Because that sounds like something that would be in a retarded movie, dude. That's exactly something
Adam
I've heard in
Sandler
a
classic bit.
in a
Rainbow
Happy
sticker
Productions
poopies.
but then
movie, dude.
me and Evan just saw Kevin Nealon.
How's he? I think he's very
Fucking
funny.
unreal, hilarious.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys see him?
Comedy Works.
Comedy Works. Because
We worked
I was
there.
expecting a Rob Schneider-esque, you know me from these movies you love, so I don't have to try. But he brought the heat. He brought practiced bits. He was fucking...
He's one of those guys who I think is very funny naturally.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I like him a lot. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, he used to do that show at the Comedies or store, the Laugh Factory might have been, where it was like the Kevin Nealon show, and somebody would do a set and then sit down with him, and they'd like talk, but it was like very funny.
I like that a lot.
It was very funny. I hate it when comics start their conversation like that. Dude, it was very... it's like, you do comedy, and you know starting a conversation like that is not funny, nor interesting.
Dude, that's the only thing I say as a host. I go, this next person is very funny.
It's like...
He's great. You're going to love him.
Jeff was the perfect host.
Yeah.
He said
he's got
something
great
interesting about every single comic. It was so... man.
It was great. Bobby Collins. People revere Bobby Collins. I think that guy fucking sucks.
I don't know who that is. Bobby Collins.
He's like an old 80s comic. I mean, he's fine.
Do they like him for
not-
his legacy? Do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. And I'm like, he's fine. Like, people lose their mind over him. And he's just not all that. You know? I don't know.
I never heard of the motherfucker.
No need to.
Bob Collins. Yeah, there's a lot of. I don't know. Obviously, everybody's got different opinions and different tastes, and
I have enjoyed some Netflix specials.
What, name them? Let's hear them.
They're different series. There's this one where it's like comics around the world, and it'll be like comics in Australia.
So
and it's weird getting a perspective.
do like D'Elia.
He was on there. He was on there, and he was terrible.
I think D'Elia is pretty funny.
Who's that? D'Elia.
What's funny about
Schwartzen?
D'Elia is his onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
That's it.
Adrian Iapolucci had a Netflix,
Which is like that's not a hard thing to do, you know.
I don't
and
know,
he looks weird. That's what's probably really what makes all his jokes stick.
I think. Well, the stand-ups. The first
that's
season
what it
of
was,
it with
yeah.
Nate Bargatze and Joe List were some of the two best 30-minute Netflix, like not even Netflix, just some of the best 30-minute sets ever.
Yeah,
I think
Joe List
particularly
that's my favorite Joe List special.
Nate Bargatze's first 30 minutes that
So
he did
good.
for Netflix, mind blowing.
Yeah,
like I'd never seen someone really do comedy like that before.
Dude, to this day, I look back to. I mean, I've been a big fan of Bargatze for a while, but like, I feel like I'm not trying to write like him, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that I write is similar to his, where it's like if you read it on paper, it's probably not the best, but it's so nuanced and perfect that it's hilarious. And one bit he has about the hammock, where he goes,
Is it Hammett?
Yeah, he's at Hammond, and he calls his friend up. He goes, "Am I going to sound like I'm like making too much money talking about hammocks?" And then he just says like this offhand, like, "Yeah, you know, like what's it like to live in a place that has two trees that close together," or something like that. Where it's just like that. I laugh so hard, and if you like look back at just what it, you're like, God, that's crazy. That's
He's almost the opposite of Carlin in a way, because I feel like Carlin is one of the few comics where you could read his work and it's almost just as funny.
Yeah.
You know, he sells it, but I feel like a lot of comedy is not only what they're saying, but how
it's
they're
so
saying
nuanced. Yeah, the timing.
how they're saying it.
Which is why, like, obviously, because it's so nuanced, I get that you guys can talk about it for like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, isn't it so nuanced that if you're going to talk about it for an hour and a half, like, I feel like I've got to the point where if, like, I'm talking shop about comedy, I'm just like, where is this? You know.
I mean,
Well,
I know what you're trying to say.
Stick around if you don't.
No, I'm not trying to criticize, you know. I just.
What do you want to talk about now?
What do I want to talk about?
Yeah.
I mean, this is fine, you know.
This guy's.
He goes, you know, I
so
just
high.
don't really get it and don't like talking about it, but yeah, let's keep going.
But it's good.
Yeah, this is good.
It's good.
We'll stick with it.
No, I totally get it. I mean, I've done it for hours and hours on end.
I think the new Thanksgiving bird should be duck. Let me throw that out
I don't
there.
think it'd be able to feed enough people. I was thinking maybe, dude, we had this rooster when I was a kid named Evan Joe. And
Yeah?
we ate
I have
the
the face
fuck
and
out
legs
of
of a chicken.
Have a good night, Jeff.
Good to see you.
See you around.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I think the Thanksgiving bird should be penguin.
Penguin.
But yeah,
I need a penguin.
Penguin, I don't know, too much luxury, dude. I feel like only like billionaires eat penguin.
Is there any bird you wouldn't eat?
Owls.
Owl too smart?
No, just like they have pellets, dude. It's like
They have pellets?
yeah, like an owl pellet. You ever dissected an owl pellet when you were a kid?
What?
Are you talking about pelt?
Pellets. They're like they cough up this like bones and stuff from what they eat.
Oh, but you don't eat that part of it. You like the.
He goes, you know, I don't really eat any meat because there's like bones and the animals. Did you guys know this?
I don't want to eat owls because they eat mice, and that's disgusting.
Yeah. You go, one time I tried
I
to
don't
eat
like
an owl.
hamburgers because I'd never eat grass.
It's really chewy if you just eat it with the feathers on. I didn't.
Oh man. No, I had a duck earlier today.
You like
and
it?
I'm never eating a turkey again.
Yeah, duck is great.
I've never eaten a duck before. It's way better.
Yeah, turkey's more so the novelty. It's like the
turkey's very bland. You
Yeah.
think about
it's
it.
just like what they did in the beginning, I
It's
guess.
iconic.
And
yeah.
now
Well, it
it's
could feed a lot of people back then, so like that mattered. But you know, you'd put aside taste if it was going to feed your whole family for a week.
What do you think? Do you think people care less about turkeys than ducks as far as like the death of them? You don't see turkeys very often. They're hiding out in the woods.
Yeah.
Take a drive through Georgia.
Both could be majestic.
I've seen some wild turkeys in Georgia before.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen wild turkeys in my hometown growing up.
Was it what town is that?
Virginia is the state.
That's my favorite town.
The town of Virginia. It's a little east of here.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Forest, Virginia. Nobody knows it. That's
I have a friend who interned there.
Interned?
Yeah, he
Where?
was like part of the forestry
story,
service.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
From Washington.
But where did they intern?
In Forest, Virginia, I believe.
At what?
No.
I don't know.
At Forestry Equipment of Virginia? Dude, I used to work
no
there.
Idea.
Really? Oh my god!
It's a super small. It's a small town, and that's
Really?
like a manufacturer of forestry equipment. I used to work. That was my first
Interesting.
job.
That was
he like oversees the forest.
maybe the best story I've ever heard.
Dude, might have been the most interesting place I've worked.
I think we cut it down. That's the closer.
That's it. Thanks so much, guys. Yeah.
That was hot.
Usually, when people say like, when I mention that I used to work at a forestry company, I guess apparently a lot of people don't know what forestry means.
Let me guess, because I don't know what it means.
Then guess. Let's hear it.
Forestry. It's like lumberjack shit. Like you make paper?
Cut down trees.
I believe it's the
trees.
practice
Okay.
of
Yeah.
foresting.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, whether you know exactly what it is or not, it's like, you get it, right? It's forest
You get paid
stuff.
to camp?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I thought that was the best part of that job. You know, he had so many weird pictures.
Dude,
Yeah.
ask him.
Ask him?
Maybe not tonight, but I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that would be that'd be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not a big company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hit him up, man. I'll do it. Well,
him
we
up.
were living in a small town in college, you know, so.
Washington?
Yeah, Washington.
Washington.
Washington State?
Washington State, yeah. It's a small town.
Washington. How do you
It's in the
feel
middle
about
of nowhere.
DC statehood?
What was the town?
Pullman,
Hold
Washington.
on. Let me guess.
Pullman, Washington. Is that what you thought?
I couldn't think of the made up town that they took over. Chaz.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about the Lorax.
The Lorax. No, I think
Jokes
that's-
aren't as good when it takes you a minute to go, hold up. Let me.
Wait a minute. Let me make up a town.
You guys remember Chaz? You go, what are you talking? You go, all right.
Chaz Michaels.
Missed it.
From Blades of Glory.
Chaz.
What a character.
Chaz Denver.
What's your favorite
The
streaming
Inventor
service?
of Denver. My favorite streaming right now. It's HBO Max.
Same. Have you seen?
Oh yeah, you can't
Succession?
go. HBO's just
Yeah.
like
Started
a
it.
higher bar
Dude,
of
it's
quality.
so good.
They have like everything. Plus, they just put all the Impractical Jokers on there, and I
Really?
was like,
You look like one of the impractical. You look like one of the people that they joked on.
I look like an impractical joke. I don't know. That was stupid.
I think you
tried.
just look impractical.
Yeah. No, and that love that show, and they have all the shows.
They have a
all the
lot
shit
of
to
cool
watch.
shows, and they're bringing specials back. HBO was like the driving force
Yeah.
in the 90s and 2000s, and
Yeah.
I'm just honestly excited for that.
I watched Beth Stelling's special.
Very good.
She has an HBO special. And I watched, I forget what Louis special it is, but the first three premises are exactly, it goes straight from CBS to sex ed. I forget what Louis special, but I watched them back to back one night, and I was like,
I mean, that must have been.
interesting.
Was that his first one? All chewed up or hilarious?
I think it might have been live at the Comedy Store.
No.
And the
No, it
jokes
wasn't
weren't
that
the
one.
same, but I just found it very interesting that they both went straight from CBS to sex ed.
Oh,
I thought
Beth
that one
Stelling
started
and his?
with-
Beth Stelling. And
Interesting.
Complete coincidence.
Huh.
Utter coincidence. But the first 5 minutes were all about a CVS store, and then it went straight to a sex ed class.
And this happened in two different specials.
Two different specials, probably 7 or 8 years apart at least.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Do you think one of them stole the other's bits?
No, the bits weren't similar.
It was just the
It was
premise.
just the
Topically.
settings. The
Interesting.
settings.
Well, you know, that's what they say. They go, look, if you want to kill, you got to start out with the CVS bit. So
That's the
That's
rule
what I've
number
heard.
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
Or an airport.
I've got like a half a Walgreen joke, but still haven't.
I don't really think there's like rules that much. I don't know. Like it's whatever to be funny eventually.
I mean, there's definitely formulas, and you definitely want to follow certain things if you
But
have
you can
a
make your
certain
own
direction.
formula, kind of.
Oh yeah, you can.
You know?
Secret formula.
But I don't think we could be able to figure that out. You know,
Got a formula for
Evan has a
himself?
formula for writing jokes, but like, there's so much more than that. There's like, where am I gonna put these jokes,
give yourself
or should I
time to-
tie them together into like a story so they're boom, 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 boom?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions to ask
Yeah.
yourself, but I think like it's important to give yourself time to kind of develop a formula that works for you. I think.
I think it's pretty much across the board. You have to start with CVS. That's
I think
maybe.
Yeah, that's
the
general
comedy
rule.
101.
What's the?
If you don't have a joke about the pharmacy, then
Did Plankton ever get the secret formula? I stopped watching a
Well,
while
like with
ago.
CVS, dude, like
I don't think so.
Why
Oh,
do they
still.
sell groceries? It's like trying to be a grocery store, you know?
More like a gross store.
No, like
press the button.
Cut his mic.
yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Where's that? That just turned on the color blue. That did no.
Become best friends. Yep.
Oh.
Do you even know how to operate that thing?
Are we gonna do a wishbone?
You can't hear any of that.
You could be the
I
wish.
can't hear any of this.
He's just like, I'll try and figure it out before Evan gets here. I'll work on it.
Here, I've got to get out of here. But if you want to take
All
the
right, bro.
headphones to
Yeah, just so you can
check
hear
out
yourself.
the. Okay, it's all.
Let me hear him. Oh man, this is. I can't wait for
What
the
kind of
three
jokes have
people
you been
to
writing
listen.
recently, Evan?
Kind of joke. Well, so
Yeah, shout out if you've made it this absurdly far.
so someone told me recently that they were feeling under the weather.
Is that it? Was it not up?
Was it me?
It made me think.
Is it doing it?
Aren't we all?
Don't press
Technically.
on.
Okay,
Under
man.
the weather.
Okay. Okay, dude.
Does that show up on audio?
Yeah.
Oh no, dude!
I like it. Let's just play some tunes.
Sounds on there.
Hey,
Yeah.
what kind of material have you been writing recently?
Oh, good question.
None.
None?
No. Well, I'm working.
What,
I
where,
got,
where do
I'm
you get your
roasting
inspiration,
Kellen
Evan?
next month. My I can't. I try every day to sit down and write jokes, and I fucking can't.
I used to do that, and then just slowly over time, they'd be days where I was like, my writing's impeccable, and then other days where I was like, I haven't written anything.
Yeah, for me, the only jokes that I have that kill have come out of conversations.
Yeah.
Just like me talking to someone, and then I crack wise, and I'm like, oh, that's I
think we should
That sounds
riff
drastic.
on stage together.
Is it really that intense though that it's like all of them, have been?
Yeah, I if I sit down and try to write something, it's fucking
Really?
it's nonsense. It's way too wordy. It doesn't make any sense. It sucks.
Yeah.
It totally sucks.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be more real on stage. I never really talked about my family or my upbringing before, but I've been thinking about them a lot recently, and I kind of had a funny upbringing.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, Ben.
Careful. Watch the beer.
See ya, Ben.
Watch the
Yeah,
beer.
my bad.
Don't do it twice.
That'd be wet.
But yeah.
like
Where do you get your inspiration, Noah?
Oh,
mostly on funny things.
Yeah, like
Keep it like that.
My inspiration. I mean, usually just like a funny thought I have in the shower, or
What about at work? You get ideas from work?
Unemployed at the moment.
What's
but
funny about like your job?
My last job was
Nothing.
a moving company, so most of the time I was just really tired. But sometimes the biggest thing from that is I would like talk to my coworkers who had a good sense of humor, and we'd just be goofy and come up with some shit like that.
I work at a call center.
Yeah,
and
I'm a call girl.
It's like it's more or less like it's just funny that I've never heard these people's voices, nor do I know them.
Yeah.
But yet, one thing or another led them to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that I think about that sometimes.
I work at Wendy's. And
No, you don't.
Square patties are pretty hilarious, and it makes a lot more sense because I've spent a lot of time.
You just shape it so much more though.
Making because I worked at a place that made hamburgers, and I probably made, no exaggeration, 5,000-10,000 hamburger patties in my life, and it just sounds so much easier to just have a pan of meat that you just cut into squares. That takes so
That's
much less
Wendy's,
time.
dude.
Yeah.
Wendy, yeah.
I didn't
Always
think about
fresh,
that.
never fresh.
I was thinking you'd make it a square, but like.
Well, no,
before
because you have to take the meat out. You weigh it the proper number of ounces. I hate hearing my own voice. I'm gonna take these off.
Oh, really?
Cans. But what's terrible? You weigh it out and then fucking shape it, and you get your hands all dirty. It fucking sucks, dude. I hate working in restaurants. I worked in them for way too long.
I hate working at restaurants too. I worked at Chipotle during I was going to say the summer vacation. During COVID, I worked at Chipotle.
Worst summer vacation ever.
During COVID, I worked at a Chipotle, and it was the worst job I ever had in my life.
Why is that?
It was just terrible. It was way too much work for what I was like doing, and I was also living at home with my folks. So, Evan, don't do that. Yo, don't do that. Yeah, it's way too loud.
Yeah, no, that's.
I had Chipotle once.
I could use two.
It made me shit the bed.
What happens when I do this?
I was having a dream where I was in a Vietnam helicopter.
Does this
and we're
even
about to
change
drop
anything?
the Agent Orange. And when they opened the panel, Carlos, you're not even listening to me.
No.
Okay. Have we done enough, guys? We look like we're on a porn site shoot.
Wait, we do?
Yeah, look at these cameras. How many porn shots have you been on?
Leather
dude?
couches.
Not enough.
No, stand up, turn around. Let's
I
see
think
what you
we've
got.
done enough art.
That's.
See
I
what you're
feel
working with.
harassed. I'm calling HR.
What do you like doing when you're not, having sex?
Masturbating.
Cool.
I do appreciate you guys hanging and making this episode.
Yeah, I think I could really work on my podcast game, if I'm honest. That's kind of what I
Yeah.
got out of this.
Well, you probably got a few reps in right now, right?
Talk to
Yeah.
yourself at home.
Huh?
Then you'll be great.
If I talk to myself at home.
Talk to yourself at home.
I think I think I need to be on a 2-man podcast. I think that's.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't talk to yourselves at home?
Cooks in the kitchen. But
I like a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I like a big fabrication of what a night is. I like.
I don't know,
exactly.
man. For
I
me,
like.
it's like I like some downtime and a conversation. To kinda,
I get it. And we could talk about how much I like things forever, but we got to wrap this up. It's been long enough, guys. We've almost hit Quentin Tarantino film time frames.
Yeah.
So
can I do an outro?
I would love that. Okay, you got all the pressure right now. Everyone's listening
no
to this
pressure,
point.
no
So
pressure. Well, it's Slaughterhouse, right?
yes. Slaughterhouse Studios, Austin's house,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Make sure you just do a good blend of all those things.
Yeah. It's Slaughterhouse Thanksgiving special. I thought it was quite good. We had some pie. There's some pie moments when Kelsey got up, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
And
the turkey, the bird.
Yeah, and I hope our listener Jimmy, I hope he's doing well, bro.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Jimmy. And I think that'll conclude things.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Dude, thank you very much. Noah Miller.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, buddy. Austin
Johnson.
Langley killed it tonight.
Your last name is Johnson, right? No, that's a different Evan.
There's a lot of Evans,
There's
unfortunately.
Evan Joe Johnson.
I'm
You're both
Evan
here
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. That's a better name.
Maybe I'll change it to something even more clever.
You could change it to something that starts with J-O. That way you'd be the third.
Sure. Or I could go into a whole nother direction. I mean, like Evan Steven,
Yeah. That's kind of like even Steven, if you think about it.
All right, let's end on that. Thank you, dude. All right.
Yeah,
See ya.
thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Since we're talking comedy here,
Evan, do you have headphones?
Comedy.
I think I
Jump
got
on when we're
headphones,
talking about photography. No.
Or maybe. No, I don't. I think they're in the car.
no, but honestly, the in the moment laughs are almost always bigger.
Oh yeah.
Than jokes.
No, because
I have to go up. When I go up, I riff about the room every single time.
You should. I mean, you
or
should
something
always
that
do
just
something
happened
that's in
or
the
whatever.
moment.
Yeah.
Unless if you have a joke at Comedy Works, but Comedy Works is so short that you just get into your jokes like that.
Yeah.
At least that's what I do. But if I'm especially if I'm hosting, you gotta talk about the room. That's all you're in. I can't stand hosting.
when I do this, I hate myself when I do this, but I can't stand hosts of open mics that do material in between comics. Like if you're gonna have a joke, it needs to be about what the comic did or something that is happening in the room.
Because you want to make a smooth transition.
Dude,
Did you hear what I said after you went up at Comic Works?
No, I went straight to a cigarette.
Oh yeah, okay. So after you went up, I was like, the best part about that set is right before we went up, Corey said, "Hey, how did they like your buy stuff?" And the crowd liked that, and I'm like, thank God you loved him because I don't think he had a backup plan. And that was like the only successful joke I got off like in between.
I got that on video.
That's funny because literally
actually,
based off your answer, I had two sets I had 2 sets ready because I couldn't.
Oh, you did have 2 sets.
Yeah, because I was in the back and I was watching your stuff and it sounded like, but I was laughing too, so I couldn't gauge the crowd all that well, and it sounded like, and plus it was the beginning of the night. They're gonna be rough at laughing anyway, even on the very first set, unless you're like murdering. But like, so I was just like, all right, do you think that it went over well? Because if you don't think it did, I've got other material I can do. It's not gonna hit as hard because those jokes fucking murder crowds like that if they're in the mood. But
yeah, I was pretty happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard once to not do buy stuff as a host.
I can understand
I
that.
projected that into my own head.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't want to hear that up the top.
Well, it all depends on what room you're in. This is the thing that, like, especially
Oh my
me,
God,
like,
Jeff is so hard right now.
when I've been
Asking with the window for like 5 minutes.
when I had to go host in, like, I hosted in Brighton. I hosted over there in Brighton, and I didn't do any of my buy stuff over there. I never told anybody. That was one of those. It was like being at Trey's house for Thanksgiving. We didn't touch each other. We didn't kiss. We didn't do nothing.
It's
weird.
Hands?
Yeah. What?
Did he shake hands?
Well, of course I'll shake his hand. I'll still like hug him.
Like gentlemanly?
Yeah, gentlemanly. I'll put, like no fingers. It's got to be full fucking palm.
I'm the roommate.
Yeah. I'm the special roommate.
You don't have a family to go home to. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you've done conservative rooms? You know how it is.
Yeah, I've started. Yeah, like when you do I always project the like Broomfield or north of Boulder or Thornton. Those will be like a little conservative, but I've leaned into my material and it's worked because I'm not telling them how to think. I'm laughing at myself.
No, exactly. Well, no, exactly. Like it's not. And especially the fact that one of my bits is making fun of the gay community. They love that.
Yeah,
they're like,
right.
oh, you can make fun of gay people.
Yeah.
But like, even then, like I did a road gig over to Arkansas. I can't remember the small town. Who cares? It's a piece of shit. But like, I did a set there, and my goal was to like do the entire first part regular and then go into the stuff. That way they like me and then they can do it. And I got half the crowd. But the moment I went into the gay shit, like half the crowd was just like, nope. Not doing it. But the other half loved it. Best part was, though, is afterwards, Gabriel got a text message from the owner, and he was like, I didn't know that you were going to bring a boy who's going to talk about dick all the time. And, like, he didn't lose the gig, but, man, did he get reprimanded. But we still got our money, so I got homophobic money, and I'm happy with it.
Where was that?
Arkansas, some small town in Arkansas. Matt Gabriel fucking did it. Yeah, I was there with Crawford and fucking Maslow. And
Funny.
but it was just hilarious that like the owner was just so about it. And it was funny because there's always this in conservative towns. I'm telling you this right now. There will always, if you talk about gay shit, there will always be a white woman that wants to talk to you for the rest of the night. Yeah. Like from the moment you get off stage, she's just looking at you like, I've never met one of you. And it's almost like I did it in Rifle. I had this girl, I did a LGBTQ show in Rifle, and this woman like met me and Trey at the bar, and she was like, you guys are gay? You guys are gay? You're so sweet. Like talking like as if she had a son that she wanted to be gay. Like I do not get it. And the funniest part is she was trying to protect us. There was this guy who got knocked out like at a bar fight, and she literally put her hands in front of Trey's face. She's like, "You don't need to see this."
Yeah.
So talk about gay shit if you want to talk to white women in small towns is what I'm saying.
You always find your audience.
Well, yeah. No, exactly.
Even if it's one woman.
I like your buy stuff, man. Have you ever done buy stuff that didn't work, like because of the crowd?
Steamboat kind of tightened up, like in the first show. The first show on Friday was a little like lighter crowd.
They needed some.
And I did say, "Oh, half the room hates me now," and then the whole room laughed. So it kind of like.
You get them back with that kind of shit, yeah. But I mean,
have you noticed workshopping different bits and different success rates of like saying it from a different angle or a certain way to where you get people who maybe don't agree with it more on board versus like going in other ways?
Buy stuff, but you could tell the audience is going in the wrong direction. like they don't agree with it.
Yeah. But you get that with every kind of bit. Like if you're doing anything controversial, there will always be. You can tell when I do school shooting stuff, and I can always tell when people are like, nope, don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear any of that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the buy stuff. It's just.
And I haven't not the angles are different or anything like that, but sometimes sometimes you can you're realizing a bit's not working because it's the way you rehearsed it verbally. But then if you just tell it to a certain, if you take the same topic and talk to one person in a conservative room, sometimes you can know how to tell it to them.
Yeah.
Just by looking in their eyes. Because you can pick up cues they're going like this and you're like, yeah. And then, or they scowl and you go no, you know.
Yeah.
You just know how to tell it. Less rehearsed. Yeah.
No, I've noticed, just certain jokes that are maybe darker or whatever the case is, having to put those later in the set or in piece together the set in a certain way because it's this doesn't work if I do it right off the bat. I need to kind of show that I'm who I am and silly or whatever the case is before I can throw this in there and be obviously it's a joke, but if I do it from the get-go, then they have no context.
Yeah. No, well, I almost always do darker jokes later in the set, unless I'm just trying to get a reaction or something. Yes. My favorite thing to do is to start a joke, say the topic, and it sounds like it's going to be controversial, but then it's just a silly. I do that with my grammar Nazi joke.
Yeah.
Literally the beginning of it is just you know what the funny thing about Nazis is, and people are always like, oh no, white dude talking about Nazis, he's about to do this, and
because you look like that.
Yeah, I know. That's also the thing is you have to be very self-aware when you talk about this stuff. You need to know. I can't stand people that don't know what they look like and they're talking about stuff. Man, how many? I don't want to sound like the woke dipshit, but I swear to God that white dudes that look like me love saying Amber Alert jokes, and they're always the same jokes, and that they perpetrated it, and nobody wants to hear that. I'm sorry. I don't care how funny it is. Nobody wants to hear about you abducting a child. Nobody wants to hear that from us.
Nobody wants to hear the bit or the Amber Alert.
Yeah.
Because nobody needs the Amber Alert.
It's kind of weird.
I'm not looking for
I got an Amber Alert yesterday.
I got two yesterday.
Guy who
within
works at the
30
airport.
minutes.
That's because the second one was an update.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because I read them both.
Oh.
I was out at the airport looking for them.
I thought the first one was Aurora, then the second one was Vale.
No, yeah, because
They're headed toward Vale?
Yeah, I think they were headed toward Vale because they got an update on what the car was, but I remember it being the same name because I was like, who the fuck names their kids Kenosha?
Who technically sends out the Amber Alert? Is that the
government?
The government?
Yeah.
I feel like Amber Alerts are just the government virtue signaling.
Hell yeah.
It's just hey guys, someone's out there. It's what are you doing about it though? Nothing. You're just announcing something.
I swear to God, we want to find her.
None of us are doing that. Yeah, but none of us are helping.
No.
We'll literally do a clean sweep. We won't even look behind us. We'll do a 180-degree look. We'll turn our heads 180.
No, you'll do the look up from the phone.
I'm in my office
All right,
overlooking an airfield in Broomfield, and I look up and I'm they mention a plane on that. Nope. All right, I guess it's listen. And then I just forget. And then when it pops up 8 more times that day, I'm could we stop with the Amber Alerts?
And
come on.
I just wish that they would send me the results. I want to know if they find the kid.
Yeah,
or
it's
if they
kind of dirty.
don't.
Yeah, it's kind of dirty to
It's
just
the most
say
intense American Idol ever.
We will get this job right after this commercial break.
That would be a fucking great
What if
skit.
Amber
That'd be
Alerts
so
were
good.
sponsored?
Amber
Alerts.
Oh, this
Brought to
guy.
you by Pfizer.
All right.
Brought to you by Nike. Get running.
Right, exactly. Well, Nike would be
just do it. Abduct that child.
Oh, man.
It's a great ad campaign.
Stealing
kids.
They're better at brand awareness.
You could do children's shoes too, because the kids are running and then the kidnappers are running after the kids. This is just a moneymaker for
here's the
Nike.
thing,
They are
That's
missing
at
a big
least 6 pairs
opportunity.
of Nikes right there to be
If
advertised.
Nike could just talk about the
using
Amber Alert
kids
of-
to make their shoes and
Yeah.
they're abducting the kids.
Why do you think they're abducting the kids?
Why don't we hear about more escapes from the Nike factories? They are literally making the shoes, so they could just throw them on.
Because they only have kids make adult shoes and adults make kids shoes, so they can't steal them and run.
That's
Yeah, you don't want a kid clip clopping around.
You gotta
in
know how
shoes
capitalism
5
works, my
sizes too
friend.
big. It just doesn't make any sense.
Oh hell yeah, dude! They love kids in those warehouses, dude. Their little fingers.
That is a phrase.
I don't know. What that, I don't know what that means.
They love them kids.
That's the problem with someone saying like intonation is so important because the way you said that sounded horrific. Or you could say like they love kids over there, and it could be totally positive. Like just an inflection.
They have slides. They got a
inflection is
merry-go-round.
everything. Yeah, exactly. Like no, they actually treat them really well. Like they take care of them. They pay them well.
Hey, I was just distracted because Josh just said a big word.
What did I say? Inflection?
I think so. Might have been
Inference,
inflection.
some shit like
Incredent?
that.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess
He doesn't even
syllables
know
can be
what
big.
big words he says. He just reads the dictionary every morning.
I just talk how I talk. I'm not trying to front or anything.
So Corey Stevens and Josh Creedon, you guys both performed at Comedy Works last night.
Damn it.
Yeah, man.
Josh, you murdered, dude. Both of you guys murdered. But
Dude,
Josh,
yeah.
that was Josh's first time. What did
Yeah.
it feel like your first time at that stage?
Felt good. I felt really stiff.
Really?
I felt stiff on stage. Yeah.
You did great.
You feel
Thanks, I
stiff or
appreciate
hard?
it. Yeah, both.
Both.
Yeah, it's because I was pitching a tent, and so I felt I had to face the crowd directly so they couldn't see.
Yeah.
So to show them my profile.
You just look over to the side people and are like
Yeah,
horrified.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like right side of the room did not like me. No,
It's big.
no, it was really fun though. It was a good time. Yeah, I don't know. It was good.
So Josh, you're asexual. When I
I'm abstinent. It's different. It is close, but it's different.
Are you really abstinent?
Yeah.
Like
Wait, seriously?
purposefully?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I've been talking about
Wait,
this
wait,
for
wait,
months.
wait, wait,
No, I think-
wait.
Excuse me that I think it's a joke.
No, I mean, it is a joke.
Have
but
you
because
fucked?
it's funny to people. No.
Okay.
I'm
How old are
abstinent.
you?
25. No, that's
No
what's funny.
way
Dude,
you're
every time you
25.
tell that joke about the quarter of this room, like one quarter of this room is a virgin, I'm like, that's me. I'm the representative.
but
yeah, that's me.
You're not too incelly.
I try not to.
you 96 or 98? I mean 96 or 95?
95. December 20th.
So you have heard of 4chan, it sounds like.
Yeah, I've never been on it.
He's cute, dude. He's cute.
If somebody mailed you a
He is
fleshlight,
cute.
what would you do?
Yeah. Abstinence is cute.
Probably just throw it away.
Do you eat a lot of Rice Krispie treats?
don't
Like,
eat it.
No. I eat Fiber One bars though. A lot of those, like the adult Rice Krispie treat. I think a Fiber One bar.
When you murder, when I murder, I just want to squeeze my dick. Like, do you guys ever feel that way?
You wanna what your dick?
Like my dick gets hard, and I just want
when you murder on stage, or
Yeah.
just when you murder?
No, when I get off stage
okay.
and I get the fuzzies, I'm like, I want to play with my dick a little bit.
I don't
Do
feel
you
that way
get-
at all.
You
You
don't
said
get
murder.
that?
I was thinking Call of Duty.
You don't get that way either?
No,
I wanna
because
scream.
killing on stage feels like playing with my dick. That's why I have to have a cigarette afterwards. Like
You
for
gotta
real.
suck on
dude.
something.
I notice this sometimes if I actually like rarely have a good set, then I'll it feels like I landed a plane. I was like, okay, we made it. Okay, we did it, guys.
I'm
That's
not a
fine.
pilot
That's
either.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I like last night, I felt really good. Like definitely an adrenaline rush. I was up till like, well, it was also because I had coffee pretty late last
Yeah,
night.
I had
but was-
Red Bull before my
I
thing,
was up
too.
until like 2:30 last night, just like literally just watching TV or playing video games. And I'm normally not up that late on my own, but like, I don't know. No, I just have like an adrenaline rush, and I like feel it in my chest.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. I feel like how I feel when I listen to Rage Against the Machine, which is just really intense.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Like really intense. Like and
The whole time.
that's not my personality. Like the hardest music I listen to outside of Rage is like Iron and Wine. Like I listen to I listen to very
That's
low
my favorite.
BPM music. Like lo-fi is my standard.
You blow my mind.
But like,
God, you are the NPR of people. God
Dude,
damn.
oh, hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. All things considered of people.
You've altered my reality on you.
No, Rage
It's
Against the Machine.
like Rage
Yeah.
is the hardest thing he listens to, and then there's Iron and
Yeah,
Wine.
exactly. Like there is no in between. Like if I listen to Rage, if I ever played football, that's the music I'd listen to beforehand, just to like get myself in a mindset of like intensity. But outside of that, like I'm not a very
Man, you like
Wildly
I
intense
love
person,
the
but-
people. I love the people that do the most American things and listen to the most anti-American music. That's like my favorite. It's my favorite part about Rage
The
Against the
fucking Bruce
Machine. You do
Springsteen
not
song.
hear the message, do you? You do not hear none of that.
No, Rage is hilarious in that way because they're like the most like social activists. Like they're so. I mean, that's literally the name of Rage Against the Machine, and like everything they're saying is like. So
Anti-establishment,
sweet.
yeah,
100%.
They're like fucking 3 of the songs about Che Guevara, and fucking like the other songs are about fucking black people getting lynched for no fucking reason.
Dude, what's the line? Like some of those that wear forces or
wear forces are
the
the same that
ones that wear
crosses.
it's the KKK
Are the some
song.
that burn crosses.
Well, it's a pro killing police song.
Yes.
But everybody loves it because they all they hear is the fucking you can't. What's the fucking thing they repeat 50?
You, I don't do what you
Yeah.
tell me.
That's all they
Fuck
hear.
You, I won't do
And
what
they're
you
like,
tell me. Hell yeah, dude! I get
That's
that.
all
gets
they
me
hear.
So,
Yeah, Dad.
Which is fun. Yeah,
And like or Calm Like a Bomb. Calm Like a Bomb is literally a riot song. Like it is about the quote that Martin Luther King said of just
What's
like riots are the
interesting-
cries of the unheard. And people are just like, calm like a bomb, yeah. And then they just punch their friend in the face in a mosh pit.
Yeah.
And
that's the problem when you lead with so much like
Energy.
Rage is so emotionally and charged with energy that then like people aren't even listening to the words that they're saying, which are actually really important words.
That's because they actually make good music along with it.
Yeah.
Like-
Tom
You gotta
Morello is
choose
a
one.
genius.
It's the message
Dude,
of the music.
without the band and Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine is just the angriest slam poetry.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Dude, I really it's so intense and I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Battle for Los Angeles is a fucking phenomenal album.
Oh, it's like
so
from
good.
top to
So-
bottom, one of
yes,
the greatest.
Really
Well,
good.
it's the only. I feel like Rage Against the Machine is the only rap metal that like holds up.
Yeah.
like that is actually like still, except Linkin Park still kind of
Linkin
holds
Park,
up, but like,
yeah.
but I mean like in terms of like raw, like I could listen to Rage Against the Machine at any time, and maybe if I'm calm and I'm smoking weed, that's not actually the music I
Linkin
want to
Park,
hear.
I heard one of their members was held up actually.
Held up by
That's a hanging joke. That's a hanging joke. Yeah, sorry.
He died of pills, sir.
Okay, well, have you? I mean, you're familiar with the conspiracy behind that?
That
he
his
got
dad
killed.
is.
That he didn't actually like commit suicide, but he was like in the middle of uncovering like this big old pedophile ring within Hollywood and the music industry.
Wait,
and then
fucking Jesus Christ, the lead singer
of Linkin Park.
CH. He's got a CH in the name.
Before he died?
Yeah, before he died, and then he
Holy
committed
shit.
suicide, and people are like,
No way. He
that's
Jeffrey
weird.
Epstein.
That's crazy.
Kind of, yeah. That's kind of like,
Oh my
the
God,
weird
I
idea.
didn't know about that.
But
I'm surprised it didn't happen to like fucking Ashton Kutcher. Because you know his shit that he's doing.
it more professionally and also not necessarily in America. Like he's doing it in a lot of like South American countries, and not like he's not going after like the American elite.
Gotcha.
I think that's probably why they're like let him do his thing.
The
Like he's working more through like he's doing more like a international justice mission type vibe.
We're talking about
Sex
pedophilia and the disappearance of the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh,
and,
no,
and how it didn't happen to
himself.
Ashton Kutcher and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
but again,
So wait, what
his life
is it?
disappeared.
You probably just explained this, but what is the conspiracy?
The conspiracy is
look
that
at that
basically
turkey.
he was unveiling
my
a
car real quick.
pedophile ring within Hollywood and stuff, and then like he was getting into it, and then basically he killed himself right as they were like discovering stuff. So it's kind of like it's a different version of the Epstein story where it's they're on the verge of discovering something huge here, and then he kills himself. It's like, okay, really?
I mean,
that's the theory.
It is like I don't know, man. It's so hard to know because I mean, as an like. I don't want to sound pretend. I'm just like Chester, but like as an artist myself, you know, I'm fucking depressed and like I've got suicidal thoughts every 5 fucking seconds and shit like that. So I can totally understand.
Identifies with Chester.
Yeah,
Everyone's got a little Chester nut in that
I'm gonna be
mid.
the Linkin Park of